Okay, I have no idea what just happened there. My browser completely shut down and failed to play video clips and everything as soon as I set everything up. So I don't quite know what's happening. Aiden's also confused. So yeah, great start to the video. Well met, lords and ladies. Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to an episode of the Alternates without a creepy ominous thing this time. You know, nothing seems to have really happened. And hold on a second, getting a. Does anyone know this number of 0800 666? Nah, no, never mind. Forget that. Here's a call from someone that I do want to actually answer.
Oh my god, guys, I am broadcasting from another location. This is a warning. The alternates are about.
There we go. Yes, your mic is working?
Yay. I'm on my laptop right now. Normally my gaming PC. This is my laptop, Aiden, we have today. And because, you know, not home. Anyways, I'm broadcasting from a second location because the alternates are about. Everybody get to safety. Go to Safe Town that was mentioned last episode or 2 episodes ago. Safe Town was mentioned.
Yeah, the subways are the only way out, and the trains are still functioning. So thankfully, you'll be able to do so.
Go to Safe Town or whatever. If anyone can hear me, beware of alternates. They could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
They're mostly just people, though, and occasional objects, though. Just occasional objects, mostly just people. A lot are actually Aphmau, weirdly. Like, most of them just kind of have Aphmau's face attached to them. I don't know why. It's just a thing.
Aphmau's kind of like the chosen one that has thrice defied them, so maybe that's why.
Apparently. Even the alternates know she's the main protagonist.
Well, if they didn't know before, they certainly do now after everything that, you know, she's made them go through, I suppose. And also, you know, as I'm unable to pause a video right before I actually, like, show it, because it plays automatically to an annoying degree, I've seen that the first thing she does is deck an alternate in the face in this video, so, you know, sending the message out there, you know. And that was loaded up, but there's another thing that seems to have disappeared, so let's see. Yep, and like I said before, couldn't pause it immediately. So, yeah, I guess here is the video. Oh, there's another walkie-talkie, actually. I thought that they... it's the alternate cop one, okay. I thought because she threw the other one in the... Travis threw the other one in the depths of a crocodile's mouth.
Travis,
yeah.
I don't know why Travis thought it was going to feed the freaking... The radio to the thing to distract it. Like, what's feeding it a radio going to do?
See, if you'd at least like thrown it somewhere like in an opposite direction, you know, so it would like divert its path as if it needed to, like, you know, fetch the food or something, then maybe. But you might be saying, oh yeah, but Jacob, like, crocodiles don't fetch. Well, neither do they eat walkie-talkies, so yeah.
Like, here's a walkie-talkie, eat it. Like, okay, why though? Why did you fed her only means of communication with Aaron?
Maybe he was hoping it would like electrocute it from the inside or something. I can't imagine that, you know, eating a switched on.
It's battery powered. I don't think that's how that would work.
Oh wait, okay. In that case, poisoning. He was hoping for the batteries to poison its bloodstream. A little bit premature on that one. I think it takes a while. Not that I've tried it before or intend to do so, but yeah, don't eat batteries, kids.
Hey.
Yeah, you might not die immediately, but you might, but still, you know, if it's slower, it might be worse. Anyways, let's watch the video, shall we? Without further ado, on with the review.
When I was a kid, I once ate, you know, like those little crack glow sticks that you just kind of crack and they glow. When like I was a little kid, I ate some of the crack glow stick glue. Or the glue gel, whatever, out of the broken one that I chewed on.
Oh yeah, I was told specifically not to let that thing, you know, break or anything because it was like highly toxic or something. And I was like,
I was fine.
I don't want to hold this. I don't want to hold this.
I mean, I was fine. I just had to have my mom call poison. My mom just called poison control because she was worried about my health because I ate a bit of it because I put it in my mouth like ooh, nom nom.
That is a fair point. There is an American poison hotline. I don't know if we have one of those over here, but I probably should look into that.
I feel like you should
again
have
no
like that.
Again, no plans to poison myself anytime soon. You know, but it's good to have the information. Anyways, let's get back to a video where no poisoning occurs, I don't think.
Aaron.
Ah yes, I'll pick up another walkie-talkie that's not calibrated to Aaron's walkie-talkie, see if I can pick up his frequency from the 4 buttons it has, and then, you know, get back into contact with him. This will go pretty well.
Listen, Jacob, all walkie-talkies have the same frequency.
Of course, that's why we felt the need to invent cell phones in the first place, because we didn't have an already usable means that could easily be updated. Oh, still trying to pretend it's KC.
It's no use. I think it's following us. It's fine.
You think it's following you? What, took you 3 episodes to figure that one out? I mean, a cursory glance at the last, you know, hour and a half of footage time, basically, would suggest that yes, it indeed is following you.
Let's just settle in and
Hold on.
we'll figure this out.
Start boarding up windows.
Let me go here.
Be careful of footfeet. Is that you? Ow!
What is this? What's going on? I don't know.
Well, what's going on is apparently some alternate took on the form of Zane, because otherwise he wouldn't be speaking right now, and is attempting to actually trick Aaron in some way. You know, feels fairly self-explanatory to me.
It's still there.
What? It is? Oh, wonderful.
Huh?
Wait, why is the phone ringing right now? Hello?
Hello? Is anyone there?
What? No.
Wait,
Well, honestly, this makes sense. I was gonna say this could be an alternate phone itself, like the sound could be coming from the actual phone itself, but you know, it apparently. But the implication is it's the alternate Aphmau from outside that is now able to mimic her voice more closely.
What's going on?
Is it copying you?
This thing just keeps getting
Is
worse.
it copying you? Is the thing with your face that morphed into like a scary version of you copying you anyway? No. No, it isn't.
Worse and worse.
Look, if I call, don't answer, okay? We have to stay one step ahead of the alternate, alright?
Oh. Okay, that's, I guess, the, where the title comes from. And you know what, thematically appropriate, although sticking with them, you know, staying together would make the most sense in this context, right? So, you know, you don't feel the need to call because you did get tricked by an alternate last time that became Aaron, because you failed to check to see if it was actually him the whole time. So yeah, feels like just staying in close proximity to a person and not losing them is probably is your best option. I don't know. Also, the alternate Aphmau doesn't speak like her entirely. You know, again, different between like, hello, is anyone there? And hello, is anyone there? My oh my, I sure do sound like Aphmau, don't I? I don't sound like an imposter in the slightest. Come on. Hey, Aaron, please come and save me. Nope, not gonna fall for it.
Right.
Just don't answer. Okay. Come on. We gotta stick together.
Of course.
Besides, this could be Aaron's walkie-talkie. He's gotta be here somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe?
Oh,
Let's
that's
hope.
what her logic was. Okay. You think that an alternate cop would just be able to like have its own walkie-talkie? That's kind of why I went with that. But yeah, I suppose if it is his, then I wonder who's on the other end then.
What the?
Aside from a fake save.
Caitlin, what are you doing here? What even is this place?
It's a lot.
Okay, this is some interesting framing. There's a lot you can do with prison bars and stuff. I know I compare this a lot to Avatar, but you know, there's a lot of times where you know when in the final book when like you know in book 3 as in like when Iroh is in prison, a lot of the time you see like the bars, but only when it's framed from Zuko's perspective looking in, so it looks like he's the prisoner. That's just one example of what you can do with this kind of thing. But the idea of like going through these different like walls, There is something with that. And also, this looks like the Cops and Robbers map. It isn't, for the record. It's just made from the same general components because, you know, most prisons in media look like this. But they don't have bars in between like this, I'll tell you that much.
Long story. Just...
What happened to your leg?
I'll be fine. Just... We need to find a way out of here.
Yeah, why are you standing right now, to be honest? You're going to make that same point while sitting down. It would be far less painful for you. Because clearly the blood flow that's going from there back up is infected. You don't want to, you know... The advice of, you know, keep the blood circulating might not apply in this situation. I believe this is what tourniquets are for.
Before those things come back.
Oh, stupid bat! Don't worry, we can try to break these bars and then...
I tried that already. It's no use.
There's gotta be something useful.
Yeah. If only you were your ultimate or forever potion strengthified versions of yourselves, but oh well.
In here. Oh, you again.
I mean, I guess it's not attempting to deceive you this time, that's something. It's Warden Freeman.
What? Is that all you got?
What? Is that all you've got?
What the?
Yeah, see, it's not quite working. Although, why does it need to learn how to sound like Aaron if we already know that that an alternate impersonated him perfectly last episode? Presumably it's the same one as we're seeing here, but even if it isn't, it seems like an ability that they kind of have been able to master, so I don't really know what the problem is here. As for the problem with getting Aiden back, I'm trying to figure that out, but Discord won't open to tell me what's happening with him, so, not really sure. Oh, he says, give me a sec, okay. So I guess he'll come back on his own.
I've never seen a...
Oh my gosh, right as I said that, right as I said, I'm sure he'll come back on his own. He comes back on his own.
Hello.
Unless
yes. So yeah, I am.
Unless it's alternate Aiden, in which case it would explain the weird capitalization in the middle there. Aidan!
an alternate that messed up before.
Oh, I hate it. So come on. I'm gonna get us out of here.
How are you gonna do that? What are you doing?
Oh! Yes, I tried breaking the bars before. Well, okay, I guess that didn't work. Shucks howdy. How about the entire wall?
Whoa. Huh, that works.
Yeah, you're here, but not for long you won't be.
Yeah, but
And I guess he's
thing
gone again.
Probably heard that.
Yes.
All right, now come on. Oh, great, this again.
How was anyone here?
It's lying. Now come on.
Yeah, come on. It's like that. It's like the part of Sonic X where Knuckles and Amy are in the sewers for like an episode, and Amy is begging Knuckles to to slow down, to rest, and he's just going like, rest if you want. I'm not stopping, and she is forced to like keep going, so he won't abandon her completely. I know that's not what Aaron's doing, but I guess he just immediately forgot that Caitlin's leg was broken.
Stupid leg.
Oh, Caitlin, are you a writer?
No, not really.
Why does he sound so exasperated? Ugh, Caitlin. Ugh, what are you doing? I will say as well, now that Aiden's back, interesting that they're going for a more cinematic approach with these two, particularly. Considering that we have seen Aaron as like the first person POV character before, actually. But I guess because this scene is devoid of Aphmau, it doesn't count towards that. Which is actually the approach that they took in Diaries, because I think the first scene that was voice acted in Diaries was actually a scene between Zane and Jeffrey, who at the time was voiced by Jason, actually. Just that one time, I think. So this is weirdly like a going back to roots thing, and that was a scene that was, just those two, and it was devoid of Aphmau, and that was the huge contrast back then. But now they've kind of set themselves up where we've seen other perspectives. Even in Diaries itself, we had one scene that was just entirely Gareth at one point. But yeah,
like
Emerald Seeker being the more obvious example where they've kind of deviated. So there's precedent for. Yeah, it was half an episode of Diaries, and then the vast majority of several episodes of Emerald Secret. So it's been known to happen basically. So they don't.
Yeah, it was the majority of like first few episodes of Emerald Secret before Aphmau got to lodge in episode 3.
Yes. That's right. So that's why I'm saying, that it's been known to happen. And maybe it was only 2 episodes if that's the case. We say episode 3, but yeah, the point is they've set it up so they don't need to excuse the cinematography, the Aphmau's absence in a scene via cinematography anymore. That was what I was trying to get at. The fact they're doing is fine. If anything, it adds like a breath of fresh air to the format of the show, and also as a bit of that classic nostalgia factor of switching between the first and third person from way back when. But that and I'm just saying they didn't need to do it, but if they are, then all right, I guess this is one way to go about it.
You know what?
Come on, let's get
This show reuses so many assets. This show has so many assets reused. Like the whole "we're back" or like "we're here," that whole bit.
Yes,
I know. I'm just like, this show reuses so many assets, which I didn't realize how bad the asset reusing was, or how obvious.
Much like you reuse your talking points one episode to the next.
Hey, sometimes
much like you reuse your talking points one episode to the next.
Hey, sometimes it's someone's first episode they've seen of me talking about it.
Why would they be starting on episode 4?
People on the internet do that sometimes.
Maybe it's their first premiere. Some people do that, so all right then.
Yeah, I'm not like, yes.
All right.
Also, by the way, Caitlin's leg is part of the reason why I said these characters should be wearing more concealing clothes that cover that are a lot more like they're loose fitting, so you're able to be active in it, but also able to cover up most of your skin, so you're not having any bare flesh exposed. That there's a problem with running around in shorts in this apocalypse.
I don't think. Well, first of all, I think we mentioned this a couple episodes ago, where people weren't prepared for the apocalypse, so they didn't they didn't think to grab a change of clothes. And remember, an alternate can be anything. Imagine wearing an alternate on you. That is a risk they would have to run if they decided to change clothes.
That.
In theory,
Aphmau kind of did
but
that.
Also, the reason that
Okay, but think about it for Caitlin.
Oh yeah, that's right. The one she put on her head.
Think about it from Caitlin and Travis's perspective. They were at their house when the apocalypse happened, and they decided to go up to the radio tower. I feel like they should have.
Yeah.
You're at your house, so assumably you have a change of clothes. And if you know weird stuff's happening, I don't know. Heck, even if you're going out at night, doesn't it get colder at night normally? So wouldn't you want to at least put a pair of sweatpants on or something else that's more warm? Because you're not really wearing clothes fit for the weather outside.
Okay, well, think about it as I guess again I was going to say an alternate scenario. I keep making that pun by accident. Imagine essentially what's going on here is that they're constantly like they're constantly under attack and everyone's like dying. Effectively, they have entered an active war zone, if you will. And in an active war zone, you want to, get your things and either find somewhere safe or get out as soon as possible, or send a distress call or whatever. So people aren't thinking about changing their clothes. It's the same reason why, like, in emergency procedures, they tell you to, like, drop everything you're doing and just go, because they know that some people will be like, yes, I better grab my valuables, or, I better, I guess, change my clothes. It's a bit chilly outside. Everyone's dying, and everyone that I know and love is, falling before my eyes, being ripped apart and torn to shreds and turned into these alternate things. But it'll be chilly outside. I better wrap up warm.
Hey,
Depends on
we're
like what setup they had.
We're in an apocalypse. Also, this issue is also. I mean, I guess it's not. It's not. It's an issue for me in this season, but I will say next season, everyone's like wearing like shorts and like short sleeve jackets and stuff. And like, Aphmau, this outfit isn't practical. You know they can infect people. Why are you wearing this outfit for the apocalypse? It's like,
Okay, yeah. So that once again feels like a separate issue. It will have to address later. As for right here, also the exposed leg thing. From what you were saying before, it's not necessarily proof that that better layers or better skin coverage is better, because I feel like Caitlyn's leg would have been snapped either way, considering that it was like wrapped via tentacle and pulled down and impacted somewhere. That would have broken the bone regardless of if it had a little bit extra fabric padding. The only difference would be it wouldn't look as grotesque. But that's not really her concern right now.
I don't know. I'm just listen. I mean, I'm all about strategy. I've said in previous reviews, when I've like designed characters for a potential zombie apocalypse show, I have like took their fashion into consideration, being like, okay, what kind of fashion is very has like a least amount of skin showing, but also has a level of flexibility for a zombie apocalypse. For obvious reasons, because the zombies will bite you and infect you.
I might be forgetting about this, but do they know about the infection aspect yet? Because you've described that to me. The show, I don't think, has really set that up.
I don't know if they may not actually know about the infection aspect yet.
Yeah, because I can't picture right now. I mean, granted, we've watched like a ton of this, but like I can't picture like any moment where they mention infections specifically. If anything, that lady probably would have, who ate alters, probably been infected by now. I guess she cooked them to, get rid of the pathogens, maybe, but who knows?
Is that how that works? I mean, I guess that would work.
That's how regular infections get stopped. That's why we learned to cook meals over time as a species. It's not infallible, maybe. But that's the whole point.
But with at least Caitlyn here, I assume in universe the leg looks more than just quote unquote broken, because the leg doesn't even really to me look that broken. It kind of looks like it has a weird rash. Is the vibe I'm getting from here, like some weird burn? It looks more like a burn, if anything, like a void burn. It's not a void burn.
To me, it looks. Yeah, to me, it looks like some sort of veins have ruptured. Basically, that's why it's gone purple, because she's bled internally. That's what it kind of reads to me as.
I don't know. I mean, it just feels a little different than that. But anyways, also side note, this is to the larger Aphmau fandom. Alternates has nothing to do with the void.
You're the one who described it as like a void burn
visually, but no, I'm just specifying that because I saw some people discussing season 2 of Alternates and being like, "Oh my god, this is the void," right? It's like, no, there's black goo involved, but this is nothing to do with the void. This is nothing that has nothing to do with the void. Besides,
why does that sound like
aesthetic of black goo? I don't know. It wasn't BB who said it. Just some people online were talking about, oh my god, this must be the void. It's like, no, this is not the void. Aphmau is just using a similar aesthetic. Okay, it's not that. Please stop. I don't know. People also said that with the Dating My Night in Minecraft or something video on the Aphmau story channel. These people were being pulled through these blackish purple portals. but that was just the magic effect they used to show people being pulled through these portals. Like, this is not the void. This has
That's like a
nothing to do
nether
with
portal, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like this nothing has to do with the void. People being like, oh, like something that's like blackish purple must somehow be the void. It's like, no, not everything like that is the void. It's not the void.
If I had to pinpoint, what the reason that I stopped making Aphmau theories is because I got into gacha. But the second underlying reason why I stopped making Aphmau theories is because it stopped being while there's like niche and like crazy things to do, because then everyone started taking everything super seriously, and it was like, well, I mean, I don't know, I've done like a couple of them, but it's not really my style anymore. I don't know.
Sure,
I don't
this is
know.
actually a police station.
I'm not sure. It's our only lead, though.
It's an alternate that you're walking in. Don't you hear it gargling? He's gargling.
Yeah. Going back to the example of Monster House.
Here.
Whoa. These monitors.
Oh, look at that! More monitors! I wonder what's going to happen.
I wonder if there are cameras lied around the place that that Aphmau somehow manages to hack into.
And I wonder if they'll have an alternate and I wonder if they'll have Zane's patented alternates detected system that for some reason was in another place.
What?
In the subway, I think.
Why does that alternate keep showing up?
I'm not sure. First I heard it on the phone.
Better question is, why are all 4 monitors connected to the same camera?
That might explain
What's the
all
point?
the broadcasts.
Hey, look.
What? Oh, cameras.
Yes, Travis,
wow,
that is
cameras.
a camera. Well done. If there are monitors, there are usually security cameras somewhere. That is correct.
Police station would have cameras. They're working too.
Maybe we're...
Okay, I know she said police station, but I heard PlayStation for a second.
Man, PlayStations would have cameras. You know how Sony likes to stalk us all.
I think the Xbox gets more criticism for cameras, actually, because you couldn't turn theirs off or whatever.
Oh, really? I don't have an Xbox.
Maybe.
The last Xbox product I owned was Xbox 360.
That was the one that got criticized.
Oh, what now? Is this reacting to the screens? Wait a minute.
It
We
loves
saw
the
that
static.
weird image on the screen. What if maybe we can detect the alternates with this?
Well, that's awesome, but we need to avoid as many as possible.
Agreed.
Come on. We should keep.
Wait. So it's reacting to the screen, and the walkie-talkie is detecting the alternate through the screen, but so you're saying that instead of reacting to the technology and having like a feedback loop, which is the more plausible explanation, you're saying that because an alternate image has shown up, it knows that it's like supposed to detect an alternate that's not physically there, and so you're saying that will work. As you're saying that will work in reality.
Guys, this show is so good. There was an Instagram post where Aphmau was promoting the alternates, episode 1, season 2, and then someone went in the comments being like, "Wow, the show is so good. I want another season. Where are these fans coming from?" I don't understand the love for this show. I will never understand it. I don't understand it, Jacob.
I don't understand the hatred for this show, but neither am I, gonna sing its praises beyond what I actually see in it,
looking around, seeing who or what we could find. This way. Just keep quiet as much as possible.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, over here.
What?
Oh, that's not quiet.
Wait, are these
No, it's Ivy. She can't be quiet.
cells?
Cells?
Oh, great, a security gate.
We'll have...
Cells? In a police station? Wow! Who would have guessed?
We
Wow.
get past it.
Not sure. Oh, shh.
Oh,
Why didn't this thing?
I mean, I like how they were standing there and it's just only saw it now.
It's
That's
standing
surprisingly a
there
realistic thing to happen.
menacingly.
It's like Majesty. Hello!
Oh God.
I can't see that alternate.
Majesty is scarier than anything in the show. Let's be honest. Majesty is 10 times scarier than anything in this show.
She really is. See, that's what I need to do. I need to do a Super Pops theory about like how Majesty is just a terrifying entity. That'd be a fun video. Not that I've made that point multiple times for years, but I've got more. I can just do it properly.
What do we do?
Well, maybe it can't see. It's not doing anything.
Wait, really?
An alternate that stands completely still? I've never seen such a thing before.
What?
What? What's wrong?
I think the alternate response sounds.
What?
Seems like they all do.
Didn't we just establish I don't think you can see anything?
Yeah,
So why
which
would
by
it
the
be
way,
like,
if an alternate responds to sounds, by the way, then your static-ridden walkie-talkie detection system is even worse.
Oh
Good
my
luck.
god, wait a minute. Oh no! You're just walking in
It's
and
gonna
just,
be like, oh no, look! I guess there are alternates in this room. Okay, what to do with that information? They're coming right for us anyway. It's
well,
like,
you
know
feed
they're
the
there.
walkie-talkie to it. Just
I
feed
gue-
the
I guess I-
walkie-talkie.
I suppose, yeah. Maybe, maybe that's why it detects alternates. It's a security system. But yeah, the point of this, I guess, that you will know where the alternates are, but they will also know where you are.
Stay and watch Ivy.
Right.
I'm gonna get the gate open somehow, okay? Okay.
Just be careful.
I mean, here's an idea. Walk back the way you came and find an alternate exit. I did it
Hey.
again. Jeez. Okay.
Hey.
And find a non-alternate exit, I suppose. Because I feel like in most police stations, going into the cells is not usually the place that I would think someone would be able to escape from, on the grounds that they are cells.
Well, maybe there's like a poster, like a boy band poster in there that they pull off the wall, and there's like a hole at least outside,
Yeah, several times have got some major clout, I suppose, in this world, because they're all clones themselves anyway.
Exactly. You see? You get it.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing is that, I mean, the cells, we know that's where, Aaron and Caitlin were. And I guess from their perspective, they're trying to rescue Aaron right now, so they might think, okay, if they're going to hold him somewhere, they'd hold him in a cell. Maybe that's what they're going for. Not necessarily the case, but I can see why they'd want to maybe check at the very least. All right.
Although I will say, I find it very weird that last episode they spared Aaron, because at no point in the show up to this point, they've instantly killed someone if they had a chance to, or if they weren't being stupid, because sometimes the alternates just don't kill people randomly. But that's another issue completely.
It's like the end of the first episode.
They really should have killed Aaron in that scene, though. Like, I'm just saying, every other alternate has murdered people instantly.
Not every other alternate, because remember, there are a lot of them that have like ripped someone apart, and then only that one person. Which is why I think they have like very limited energy, because they're able to like expend that by attacking like one person or something. Which, now I think about it, might also explain the whole infection aspect. Their desire to spread is so that they have more of themselves to do the job. I guess they all had to come from somewhere. Maybe that was the idea.
Maybe, but again, I don't know why you want to keep Aaron alive. You didn't even infect him, though. You kidnapped him and didn't even infect him. You just put him in a cage. It's like, okay, why don't you just kill him?
Or did they? Wait a second, actually. Or did they? Because since we don't know how the infection works, we don't know what the infection rate actually is. As you mentioned before, if you said that like Katie's leg is supposed to look like it's getting infected, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We don't know yet. But clearly she's been there for a while and it's only spread a certain length. If we're going by that logic, it would mean that the infection doesn't happen immediately. Like, honestly, a lot of infections do. Some of them take even days to actually activate.
Okay, yeah,
And
but
then,
to our knowledge,
yeah.
Erin hasn't been injured, and like what possibly infected her was the thing grabbing and breaking her leg or injuring her leg, and that's what caused infection. With
You know how
Erin
you
doesn't
know
seem
how you
hurt.
mentioned layers before?
Yeah.
Those could easily be covering up some sort of like minor laceration that even Aaron himself hasn't noticed in his adrenaline riddled state. Theoretically, and also, but what would the whole point of this be? Well, if the infection is slow acting, what better way than to get rid of the major resistors to their cause and the biggest troublemakers they've had that have activated on a broadcast and such, than to let them rescue somebody who they trust and that they're truly care for, to get into the midst of their circles and then take them all out when the infection spreads and the time is right.
I mean,
it almost worked with Michi.
I mean, possibly. Although they had the chance to kill 4 people, they were all knocked out. You could have, even if they had limited energy, they could have just systematically murdered people or threw them in the fire. You don't even have to spend that much energy picking them up and putting them in the fire.
I said almost. It almost worked with Michi. If they'd followed through with the plan, that would have been perfect. So, unlike Xana, they can probably try again.
Okay, but Jacob, say Aaron isn't infected, possibly. I don't know if he is or isn't. But, like, say he were to be isn't actually infected, and the alternates just took him to that cage for who knows why reason. They don't really give much of a reason for stuff in this show. Like, keeping Aphmau alive, 3 times when they could have easily killed her? Anyways,
yeah.
Like, say they hypothetically did that, and Aaron isn't infected. Would you call it a stupid move and a stupid plot armor move for them to do it if they don't give a proper reason and he's not infected?
I would call it a stupid plot armor move. I'm just again playing devil's advocate and also saying, as far as what we know now, we haven't had all of their reasonings fully revealed yet. So if they found a way to justify it later on, then I would say, okay, well, all right, because it seems like now that they're setting up some sort of mystique for it. If they don't follow through with it, then I can retroactively call it stupid.
Okay, I'm just saying. I just want to have just in case. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched this show because I kind of forgot half the show.
It's been only a few days. It's been less than a week since we last reviewed this.
No, I know, but like just for the show as a whole. So I just want to have you saying stuff on record just in case. Because as much as theorizing is cool sometimes this show is just stupid. Like, again, going back to the whole Michi thing in episode 1. Just saying, sometimes the show genuinely is dumb.
Yes, but again, because I'm blind reacting to this, I don't know when the show is being stupid and when it's setting stuff up until I see the results. That's why I do the theorizing. I do like the devil's advocate, because if I judge too early, then then I'm not being fair.
I mean, possibly, but I don't remember if he's infected or not. But still, but also, in my opinion, at least, when things happen in previous episodes that are dumb and don't make sense in retrospect, if we get to a later review and we don't acknowledge in retrospect that the stuff doesn't make sense, in previous episodes, that stuff ultimately just slides and it's like, oh well, I'm sure Aphmau has a reason for XYZ, and that could be a potential problem because then it makes episodes look slightly better than they are, because then it's like, no, this thing in a previous episode was just a cop out or just a thing that the Aphmau did for drama or for no reason, just for the randomness, but it really should have killed them, or it shouldn't have happened like this, because then that could become a problem, because then again makes the show look better in retrospect, or like when people were watching initial reviews, and if we don't acknowledge it, be like, oh, it's fine. This show makes perfect sense all the time. That's where I'm coming from.
Two things. Okay, two things about that actually. One, is that you described the reason that whenever I get the chance to, I go back and like rewatch like existing series entries for certain gacha reviews, because if I don't do them like long enough, then I'll forget like different parts that I had or questions I had last episode or things that would contradict ones from other ones. So yeah, that's the trade-off basically with when you're doing like blind reactions versus existing ones. That's why we don't have that issue in 5 years later for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the second thing, I think you might have also hit the nail on the coffin on a little bit of why this show is so highly revered. Because for a lot of people, I don't imagine they would have like gone back and rewatched it. If they're in for the ride the first time, then they're like asking the questions, immersing themselves, following along with the series, and I guess rooting for the one person we know to survive this whole ordeal.
Aphmau, main protagonist.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, like if they don't go back, because the videos are so long, it's difficult to recall like what they have said and haven't. Case in point, have they mentioned the infection yet? We don't know because we don't remember, and we're only 3 episodes in. So that might be why, to be honest. Now that I think about it, not just like from here to for our audiences and what their perception would be, but the actual audience of the show. That could be it. And that's another theory.
I do like the twitching on the head. That's nice. The sound effects make it a bit creepier, but they do like that.
Mm-hmm. I do wonder why it stopped walking then, because it heard the sound of the open door and knew which way to go, I suppose, but...
Hurry up.
Yes, but perfect time to go into first-person narration again, Aphmau, right as you're trying to sneak past something that is that is sensitive to sound. Or yelping like that whenever there's something... Yes, of course.
Stop making noise, Aphmau!
Oh no.
I know.
It can't hear her over the sound of its own neck.
Oh, you're in there.
Please hurry.
Well, too bad.
Close the thing. Why are you moving so slow? Why are you whimpering audibly? I feel like in a real life scenario, I guess you may whimper audibly once, but I feel like she's making way too much noise where she may get all cough like, and then she wouldn't make any noise beyond that point if she was actually that scared. Because like at a certain point, you kind of gotta, not go. It's like, yeah, he can't find you.
It's like a C-bun. Anyway, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know that people, would whimper in this situation like a couple of times. I've
but not this much.
Yeah, maybe not this much. They certainly wouldn't narrate their actions out loud.
It's like, oh yes, I gotta sneak by. He doesn't see me. No one sees me do this.
Aphmau clearly thinks she's in Code Lyoko.
Quiet.
Come on.
Don't shush yourself!
Got it.
Why are you shushing yourself?
The longest 30 seconds of my life. Go!
Let's go.
What does that even mean? How do you shush yourself? What is that? I don't understand.
I think it's the idea of like how people will either like tell themselves to focus on something or like give themselves positive affirmations or stuff like that. I think it's the same psychology behind that, basically.
Yeah, but you have to be quiet. Don't use your positive affirmations later. Not now.
Go! Come on!
Oh, that was intense.
We're through now. Come on.
That was intense. Aphmau did everything again. Seriously, Aphmau's like the only one who does stuff in the show. Everyone's just freeloaders.
What do you mean Travis did parkour and fed a walkie-talkie to an alligator?
That's negative help. That is negative help. That doesn't help us.
Wait, look.
It still an impact, according to Isaac Newton.
I mean, technically.
I guess whoever was here escaped.
Or it's just a
Imagine if it changed to saying "we were here." Like Aaron crossed it out and said "we were here."
Assembly prison.
I don't think Aaron has like a marker or chalk or anything to write with though on his person.
Okay, no, fine. Caitlin uses blood from her bleeding leg and just goes.
Oh God, that's gross. Also, that sounds painful. Just imagine your leg bleeding and you just like tap your leg and be like, okay, got blood. Oh wait, I need a bit more blood. Ow, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Painful. I'd be crying. I'm like, yeah, this hurts.
Just keep your eyes out.
Oh, and see, it gives itself away immediately because it's attracted to the thing that detects it.
Top! Go!
I guess it's a top and not ceiling, I guess, because again, she's in a intense situation.
Hey! Why does this thing keep falling? Go!
You, come here.
Yeah, let's go. Go.
Keep going! Go! Get in! I don't know if that's gonna hold it for
I don't
long.
think a wooden door is gonna do much. I think you gotta move.
This is going to be a weird comparison, but the way that creature sounds at the moment reminds me of the audio clips I've heard of Lady Dimitrescu. Like from what I remember, because it's like one video I saw of her where they use like actual audio clips instead of hiring someone to voice her, and it just sounded like it was just going like, "You dare insult the house Dimitrescu" or something like that. I don't know, whatever. It sounded a bit like that.
I see.
Wait, I have an idea.
I'm guessing the context of that was that she was I don't know, somewhere else in a different room at the time and then appears, but I don't know because it was it was taken out of context, so I don't know.
What's that? I'm gonna try.
Oh hey, looks like my first mic.
This.
Oh, I guess it got in, right? I like how she was like, "Huh? Oh, it's my alternate thing. Well, I better turn around back to the microphone then. That's more important."
Oh God.
Why? I mean, you could at least throw it at it, not to eat it, but to stun it or something. I don't know.
She's repelling it with the sound. She's repelling it with the sound that attracts it. Don't ask me how that works. She just is repelling it with a boosted version of what attracts it. I'm confused.
That's like bagging two lead pipes together and summoning venom.
Oh God.
Anyway.
It's working.
Keep it up right here.
Why is that killing it?
Also, hold on a second. Would it? I don't think most microphones make that much feedback on their own. Unless she's wait, no, is she? Oh wait, no, she's
using a radio on the mic.
Oh, I think she's using. Okay, fine, yes. I was about to say, if you bump a microphone, it's irritating, but it's not going to be like. Okay, fine. So if the static, then sure. All right. Wait a second. So certain alternates can make high pitched frequency squeals to knock out humans, but yet they themselves are immune to frequencies and static.
Yeah, is it?
I don't.
Are vulnerable to them, I mean.
The rules of the alternates in this show, in season 1 and season 2, aren't very clear most of the time. Besides, burn them with fire, which is how you kill most things.
Which is what they should be doing right now, to be honest, but rather than going towards this thing and checking it. Is it dead? I don't know. Hey, you dead there?
Well, Aphmau's plot armor, so she'll be fine. She can go up to it and be like, "Oh, are you dead?"
Wait.
Maybe that's why it wants to be Aphmau. It wants to absorb her plot armor.
No.
Oh my God.
What's happening? What the?
Oh,
it's birthing. It's giving birth.
I guess it became
You killed a pregnant woman. How dare you?
Oh, I don't know what that.
Yeah, I guess trust Aphmau, an version of Aphmau, to randomly birth a child. It's happened quite a number of times.
I mean, Aphmau didn't birth many children. I mean, she's birthed a child in a show, but most of the time she just adopts random children she finds.
I was more referring to real Aphmau, but yes, that too.
Oh.
Wait, Ivy.
Oh no, you're not going anywhere.
Oh no, her
Oh, no,
eyes
well,
are moving.
we're
She's dead. Wow, shocker.
It's not just her eyes that are moving. She's
Well, her
like,
body. It's animated now, or
yes.
blockbustered. This is what I really hate
Your eyes
about.
are moving. Your eyes are moving. Your eyes are moving. Then you'll die, die, die.
This is what I really hate about season 1 and their death scenes. All their death scenes become animated in Blockbuster, but it's only really like the death scenes that are actually animated during season 1. Versus you get to season 2 where you actually have Blockbuster segments which are animated in Blockbuster in a way like this, but not necessarily. It's not always a death scene that's animated like that. It's normally a big dramatic set piece. Which I feel like it kind of gives away that it's a death scene if it's like, oh, we're switched to animation now. Again, I wonder what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Oh no.
That was the thing that was there.
You've been stabbed with an ender rod from Minecraft.
No, wait, Ivy! Aphmau, what just happened?
I don't know.
And it's dead again. Yeah.
What's going on?
So it burst something or shot out something that killed her? I don't know. I mean, I feel like that was too easy for her to die. I swear, some of these death scenes just kind of happen. It's like, oh no! Is that coming towards me? I'm dead. Oh well.
Is it kind of like the rusty nail that killed Dean Winchester?
Yeah. That did also kind of come out of nowhere, but also that was series finale shenanigans. So death by tetanus. Well, it really wasn't tetanus. It's death by loss of blood, but tetanus would have killed him eventually. If he survived the loss of blood.
Yeah, probably.
Travis!
Breathe.
Travis!
Oh yeah. Oh god.
No.
Please, if they wake up in a second location, I'm gonna be so annoyed.
That's a sound theory, Emma. Which is why I must never leave this room. Wait, no.
I forget to clip that.
Where are we?
That looks
That
like
was Skydive Musicals.
That's a relief.
That was Professor
I could use
Hitchens and
something
Emma.
for this.
All right, come on, in here.
I like how he lets go of her to open the door.
What the?
This feels off.
Let's just focus. All right, you should probably hold still. This might hurt.
Can't be any worse than it feels right now. Thanks.
Spider ribs. Something about this seems like fibs.
Does feel better.
I know it's not much, but we can't stay in one place for that long.
If only Aphmau learned that lesson. Ah, yes, an optimal tactic from the alternates here. Injure yourself in order to get the jump on your enemy after they've already passed.
We needed a jump scare for reasons. I don't know. I mean, it's not really a jump scare, but like...
Okay, sure, jump scare for the audience or whatnot, but like, why from like its perspective yes, I know, I'll face plant.
It doesn't really make sense. I mean, I guess it's emulating Gareth. It is emulating Gareth.
When has Gareth been known to face plant before?
Okay, yeah, but remember, he has boob mind. So if you emulate boob mind, you get boob mind.
I guess. Alright.
Oh no, trust me, this is 100% dumb. But...
Gareth?
It is what it is.
Continue walking at a brisk pace because it's limping, much like you are yourself, Caitlin. Honestly, I will say that could be a very like intense scene in a zombie series or an alternate series or anything, where there's a character who is injured and is always like moments away. The one person who the zombies, walkers, thingamabobs, the infected, whatever, could catch in theory, but is always like just like an inch away, basically, out of their reach, through sheer like willpower. Now that would be a powerful chase moment.
Man, possibly.
Don't make me do it.
This thing is like inching towards you. It's not really moving fast. Okay. Oh god, I just hate how the alternates from scene to scene go from super menacing, able to kill you in a single blow, to oh dear little baby. All you gotta do is get a little hiya and they're fine, they're gone. Yay! Like, I hate how from scene to scene the threat level changes depending on if Aphmau is in the mood to kill off a character or not. And I hate that. Like, I think the alternates should either have a consistent threat level, being super high, or I mean, it could be super low constantly. But you know, it should be a constant threat level, not a varied threat level. Because like, why is Gareth here, or alternate Gareth here? Why did Aaron just easily knock him away with like a fire extinguisher?
Maybe it's kind of like Ghostbusters. You know, you get your class 5 forming vapors or whatever, and then you get the class whatever's something else that's going on. So it's there's a little bit of variety. So there's like a level to the threats themselves.
But it doesn't make it scary. But it doesn't make it scary, or it doesn't make them as intimidating, because the writer could arbitrarily choose to make them a threat or not a threat. That doesn't make them. You should make them have, even in the case of Ghostbusters, the ghosts are still always a threat. It's just some ghosts are more of a threat than others. In this case, this guard doesn't seem like a threat at all. Aaron literally was able to run a few feet back, pick up a fire extinguisher, and then run up to him and smack him before he could even make it halfway to Caitlin. You know, like, that's not even threatening.
Yeah, no, I suppose not.
Like, I mean, I guess if you're a pacifist, it's threatening, but I don't really think that counts. I don't think if you're just sitting there, maybe.
Even in a pacifist situation, you can lightly shove this thing and then just escape.
Told you I'd kill you.
And it's dead already.
Wow, yes,
I
take that. I obviously know it was going to happen. Don't mess with me again.
Also, since when do fire extinguishers explode? That's not what they were supposed to do. What kind of place has this?
I know that they're pressurized. I think if they rupture for whatever reason, the liquid from inside like spews out. But that's the closest to like an explosion. I would think. It certainly wouldn't take out the floor of a building.
Like, I don't think it's a very safe fire extinguisher, if I'm honest. I think it's very unsafe. Please don't have them passed out.
Well, where am I?
Wow, they moved to a second location by an alternate. Mark this as another instance. The alternates could have snapped their necks. Oh my god, like, this is so annoying. It's like, why, if you have the ability to move them far away or get close enough to move them, you could just kill them. You could or injure them or infect them. Aphmau's not infected here, so I don't know what you're doing plot wise. I don't understand what you're going for, and I'm so confused. This again is another example of their threat level being lowered, because Aphmau is determined Aphmau can't die. And granted, we haven't seen Travis yet, but Travis may or may not be here, so then that means Travis is safer now. And there's no consequences to being, I guess, passed out by poisonous gas from a dead alternate.
Well, we don't know if it was poisonous. It just, it's clearly like some sort of sleeping agent. Yes, yeah, basically.
But whatever, or whatever it was, it's just.
Don't know what. Yeah.
I don't
know why they have access to it or able to replicate it.
I don't know why they're having Aphmau move to a second location like this. Like, I guess you want Aphmau to move the location to location. I mean, season 2 comes up with a much better excuse for having them move to location to location, but still, this is dumb.
Yeah. It does make you. I will also say, speaking of dumb things, I can now confirm that the scene from earlier was just, you know, a dumb moment because, as in like the kidnapping of Aaron, because they didn't let Aphmau and crew actually go through with the saving. So there was definitely no attempt at infiltration from them. It was just them, I suppose, keeping a snack for later, or I guess just toying. Maybe alternate Aphmau to toy with.
I mean, they don't eat people who are. I don't think they eat people. I mean, I know compared them to watch zombies, but they don't consume people. They just weirdly kill them.
Yeah.
Gotta get moving. Hello? Anyone out here?
And this is also a reset.
This way.
Oh
I
god.
gotta snap out of it. Where am I going? Kim, you're alive!
What? No, you saw her get cut in half.
Aphmau, Kim, what are you doing here? How's this possible? Aphmau, I'm stuck. Hang on, just hang on, okay?
Aphmau, no. Aphmau,
Wait,
you're
hold on.
not this
Hold on.
stupid. You watched her get
Hold
cut
on.
in half.
Yeah, also, neither is Kim this stupid. She's stuck in between husks of corn.
You out?
Yeah.
I can't get you out. Aphmau, please hurry. I'm trying. It's not working.
Ah, this is how you find out it's alternate corn that's actually like holding on to her like that one Vine episode in Code Lyoko.
I can't pull you for
But
some reason.
Aphmau is not this stupid. You should know this is not Okay, how are you gonna watch someone die and then like if this is okay? You know what would actually make this work? Make this Garth. Have Garth be stuck in the corner. Aphmau hasn't seen his death, or maybe Aaron said his death. I don't know.
I don't. Yeah, maybe he did. The one person we haven't seen that Aphmau hasn't seen die is Casey.
Yeah, I mean it could be Casey. I don't know. It could be.
Yeah, well,
not
there
him.
Why did she go? Where'd she? I gotta move.
You watched him die earlier.
Sane?
You also watched him die.
It's hopeless. It's all
Right. What's his face gonna look like when he turns around? Let's
hopeless.
see. Oh, it's fine.
Sane, please wait. He's alive, Sane. I don't want you to die again. Sane.
No,
Yeah, isn't this also where he died? Isn't this where he died as well?
Yeah, that's where he died.
And through doing the exact same thing he is right now.
Please, where's he going, Zane? Zane? What happened? Where? Again?
Ah, I guess they needed Aphmau to fall into this crater, and so she was lured here. Why not just take her unconscious body and throw her down the hole?
Maybe that was a dream sequence or a nightmare. I don't know. That was weird. Okay, but
yeah, this might also still be part of it because this fog is still remaining underground.
I don't know.
Is this the... Where am I? I need to get out of here. I need to just keep...
Or maybe this is what the gas looks like in her mind.
Moving. Wait a minute. Zane
Wait a minute, I can't. I don't have a wooden pickaxe.
said it's hopeless. What?
Zane said it's hopeless in his compromised mental state that we were all familiar with him having, and his loud cackles. It must be true.
And also, I watched him die earlier in the night. So, you know, makes sense. Everything makes sense.
You know, he says hopeless, but he came back once. Why can't I, you know? If anything, I actually died before. I'm getting a bit to myself, like Rev from Freak Show.
This is something. What's happening? What's going on?
What's happening? Let's open this door. What's happening?
Why is this going on? Why is the alternates, they keep coming for me. They keep... Travis!
Aphmau,
You're here!
where have you been?
Is it really you?
Of course it's me.
Aphmau, where have you been, Loka?
What, did you think I was an alternate or something?
I don't know what is...
You know,
possibly,
you saying
actually.
that... You saying that a second after being, being reintroduced? Again, Aphmau really should check people a bit more.
It's not. Everything the police station? Why are we here? How do we get back?
Police station?
Yes, we were together.
The second time I heard PlayStation.
And then everything was different in there.
Aphmau, what are you doing?
Maybe we can find a way out, okay? Maybe we can find a way out with the cameras.
Okay.
There's Pierce.
That sound that you're making right now was scarier to me than anything in this episode.
He's been gone.
Oh! I guess the I guess the live feed goes into Pierce's room in this dream sequence. Not Pierce's room, but the room the room in which Pierce lies.
Again?
No, what happened to him?
The crazy alternate,
It bolt off his head.
Oh,
Mm.
my God.
Why is her body together? I know this is like a nightmare sequence, but you watched her body.
It was like torn and like the two halves were there. They kind of like looked a little bit like it was together, but they actually were layered separately.
Wait,
No.
that was when
No,
Caitlin.
no, not again.
Which, by the way, considering what a waste of like potential like infectees if we're going by that idea.
I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this!
There's gotta be something here, though, something that can help us.
Also, Travis, you can look away. You don't have to. You're not. No one's forcing you to watch it.
Insane. This all just.
Okay, he's more obvious. Yeah.
Aphmau.
Wait, Ivy, she's still alive. Travis, Ivy's still alive.
She's there. They just imagine that was true. They just left her there, like. Come back.
Well, they did cut. Well, okay, they left her technically, but also that's because Aphmau passed out and she got moved to a second location. So.
Oh yeah.
Technically, it wasn't their choice to leave.
Hello.
Well, I don't think all of our friends, they're just gone.
I refuse to believe that. I don't think this is. I don't know what's
Ivy is in fact alive.
happening. Huh? Wait. She did this, didn't she?
Yes, but Aphmau, if you call, don't answer.
She did this. That alternate was responsible for all of this. All of it. Everything. Wait. Aaron wasn't on the cameras. Travis. Travis,
Yep.
no. Travis.
Uh-huh.
Travis,
No.
That's why you should check people.
Okay, why didn't the alternate get closer to her and like grab her instead of being so far away before revealing itself?
Hmm.
No, this isn't happening. This isn't real. No. Stop. Keep moving.
This show
Keep
is so
moving forward.
intelligent.
I can't. Stop.
It's it's a very shy transformer.
What? Wait. Where? No. This
We're on the
can't be
subway.
real. None of this is real.
Of course it's happening inside your head, Aphmau. What does that mean? It isn't real. And yes, I know I made that reference last episode. It's King's Cross and it's foggy. Come on, I had to.
What's happening?
I will say, Aphmau's gotten way better at jump cuts over the years. Gone are the days where it's like super obvious in My Street Season 1, where it's like, we should do this thing. And now, at last, she's... Nope, never mind.
What? Wait. Rise?
Oh.
What?
Hey, Aphmau.
Rise?
Oh wait, so they were passed out on the floor. Okay, so that whole sequence was a dream sequence, right? So, but
Yeah.
they still got moved to a second location after being passed out. Why didn't another alternate come in and kill them? I'm sure there's another one around. Like there was that.
I mean,
cop one.
at the moment, it seems like Rise might have been the one to move them.
How?
Well, I guess I just used my head.
How? You find us.
But by headbutting the alternate in the jaw.
Wait, what
Travis.
happened?
Travis, you're here. You?
Of course I'm here. Where else would I be?
I saw you.
Oh, well, excuse me, Princess Travis.
The station.
Well, he was a princess once.
I know that was a double-layered reference there.
Hey, take it easy. That mimic left some type of toxic gas behind when it died.
Oh,
You
what's
inhaled a lot
toxic?
of it.
You're toxic. Some da-da-da-da.
There's an alternate nearby.
Taste of the poison paradise. I'm addicted to you.
Can you?
Even though that you're toxic.
Can you imagine if, like, instead of like a random static sound, they just play "Toxic" by Britney Spears, and that's what
Yes.
it's the opposite effect of, like, you know, of the guided like musicals where they were drawn to music, they are repelled by it.
Okay, wait. I gotta keep my head about me.
By the way,
here, right?
where has Rise been in the show? He was like introduced in episode 1. And we haven't seen him for the whole duration of the show up this way. It's been several episodes. We introduced several different characters.
I think the last time that we saw him, the last time we saw him probably was before, you know, they all turned into alternates at the end of the first episode.
Yeah,
and woke up alone and found the others. So as far as we're concerned, he could have just like easily escaped on his own and been off using his head elsewhere.
I mean, possibly, but I just find it weird from a character introduction standpoint that you're going to introduce him so early into the show. Like episode 1 territory, but then you're not going to revisit him in episode 2 or 3, and it took you halfway through episode 4 to finally reintroduce him.
Isn't it kind of like that lady that you said was in season 2, but they introduced her here and you forgot about it?
Yeah, but even in this season, she's kind of useless. The season, she kind of was just there as like I'm a cannibal and crazy, and Zane threw me in a hole. Oh well. She kind of did nothing for the plot. She kind of was just there.
Honestly, it should have been Lawrence. He's more of the falling down to holes type.
I don't know. It could have been Travis that time he lost his mind. After everyone left for vacation without him. Did you touch my butt? Ow! God.
Well, I mean, he didn't fall in a hole. He just beat himself up.
Yeah. He went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs though when he was alone.
Come out and face me!
As did Dante.
Aphmau, it's okay. You're safe.
Common theme, I guess.
How can I trust you? Any of you?
Look, Aphmau.
Yeah, I mean, good. You're questioning it. Good.
Mm-hmm. She's learning.
She's learning. We're gonna get through this together.
He's right, you know. It's going to be okay.
Huh. Okay.
Last time I saw you, you were alternate though, so.
Relax. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
Now you're in the security room. Why don't we use the cameras to go look for Aaron?
Room? But how did...
Wait, the same security room they were in before, they like used the cameras to look for Aaron. That's a good point. Rai should have been here. He would have been the one to point out, hey, instead of checking the building, let's see if Aaron's around first. Even I didn't think of that one. That was a good idea.
we get here exactly?
Does it really matter?
Moreover, is there even a way to answer that question? Like, do any of you have like timepieces on you?
And then the roof.
What do you...
Wait,
What?
Aphmau, you're gonna want to see this.
See what?
Like, the screens are still blank.
Aaron! He's alive!
Caitlin? She's alive?
What? What? We have to go get to them now. We have to... Where did they...
There was only some way to reach them. Hang on. Just...
I mean, there's probably some sort of like PA system, right, for this building.
Yeah. Be like, can Aaron and Caitlin come to the security room? Can Aaron and Caitlin report to the security room immediately, please?
All non-alternate personnel, that is an Aaron and a Caitlin, to security room 2, please. Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
The cameras have a built-in microphone system. Unfortunately.
There you go.
It seems to be offline.
Oh, I guess side quest time.
How do we gotta fix this. Maybe we can get the camera mics back up and running, you know?
Well, you could use your head.
Maybe that's... maybe that's why I don't mind this so much. It honestly, this series actually does play like a video game almost. You have your side quests, you have your like NPC like follower characters, and every time that you die, you respawn. So if anything, it feels appropriate for the server continuity. Weirdly.
But it's more than the server continuity
sure,
because they
course,
put it
hold
on
on,
the
I'm
second
just,
channel and gave it a whole second season.
Yes, but as of what I have seen right now, which was done on the main channel, it seems appropriate for for what it is based on that assessment. If you look at it that way, because I've seen playthroughs of video games where where survival stuff is happening, and it does kind of play like this sometimes. It's like, yes, mission now. Put the put the microphone system back online. Fetch these items or something that the NPC tells you, and then you recover them, assuming you don't die and respawn or something in the background. And you're even acquiring items as you go along to actually use at certain points. Now that I think about it, that might have been like the idea behind this. To have it play like like a game that Aphmau probably would play in her spare time, to be honest.
Well, the way she's playing right now is how she kind of plays some of her main videos. Like, her main videos will sometimes just have the characters be thrown into random situations where they have to do parkour.
Well, yeah, the main difference, the main difference between the main difference between the video game comparison and and this is that usually in that scenario you don't have you have the player, right, who is not like fully immersed in or in that scenario. You could see like imagine if this was like some other random YouTuber, like back in the day, face cam gaming, that style of YouTuber, playing through like this idea with like everyone else's dialogue still intact, but like their actions instead of like being a character who's like fully into it. I think that's why they say like adapting video games to movies was such a an impossible concept for such a long time in the movie industry for partly that reason, I guess. They've sort of worked it out now, but in general, that's part of the problem.
The thing with this show, especially though, is the video game comparison is one thing, but also when I play a video game, while I do get invested, it's not like watching a TV show or something like that, because A, I'm in full control of the character.
Yeah.
And B, there aren't actually any real stakes if I, as the player, die, or, I guess if I'm like playing like a Telltale game or something, I guess there are stakes if my NPCs die or whatever. But like, if I'm playing just a general video game, it's not really like there's stakes or anything, or it's a story that I'm invested in, but I'm not invested in the same way as watching a TV show, and that's very different for me.
Yeah, so essentially, what you end up with is either a movie that you can't that doesn't like fully feel like a movie, or like this basically, or a game that you can't play. So it's kind of like the middle ground that doesn't quite satisfy either crowd. Aside from what you said earlier in terms of people, people are getting to the storyline and not realizing how much it contradicts itself until further inspection.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think some of the people who watch the show actually like introspect. I mean, I guess that's maybe some of the difference between how I watch things and how other people watch things. Because I feel like some people watch these kind of videos don't actually like analyze them or like think deeply about them in any more meaningful way besides I watched it, I liked it. That's it. Like, not thinking about like the larger product or anything deeper about what it's trying to say or do, or what it could say or do. Because even then, with the alternates, I feel like this is a show that could say or do a lot. Even with season 1, there are opportunities, but it doesn't, and it ends up basically saying nothing interesting or nothing that deep. It's like death happens. Oh well. Yeah, everyone dies, or almost everyone dies. Aphmau doesn't die because protagonist powers. Power of the main protagonist. Man, I can't wait for Travis to get the chainsaw by that one chainsaw alternate that totally exists that I'm not lying about right now.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, chainsaw alternate actually would be really cool. Now I said that. Now I think that would actually be really cool. I
Yeah,
want
see,
an alternate
now
that's like
you're
a
the one.
chainsaw humanoid.
That would be
cool.
you're the one thinking about. Now you're the one who's thinking about like the cool ideas they could have done in the show. That was me last time.
Hello?
Well,
Hello? Aaron! Caitlin! Can you hear me? We're not alternates.
Oh, so that's
we're
a very
not
good
alternates.
side quest.
That's not suspicious at all. Hey, Aaron, Caitlin, we're not alternates.
This is like right after Dream Travis said the exact same thing before revealing that he was in fact lying earlier. It's like, oh, do you think I was an alternate? Well, guess what? I am. Like, come on.
Like, oh my
also,
god.
Another point here, by the way. Another point in this case. What if they're alternates? We know they're not, but what if? But from their perspective, what if they are just alternates that are, pretending like setting like another trap, for example? They are the two exact people that Aphmau and Travis most want to find. It feels like it could be a trap.
I mean, yeah, definitely, especially because Travis didn't know if Caitlin survived or not and thought she was dead. So she could have easily actually died, and just alternates just walking around looking like her.
Yeah, not to mention also they are now they prompt them to now give away their location via microphone, which means that all the other alternates also would know where they are.
Caitlin, you only stutter when you're embarrassed, and you're too proud to admit it.
Not if you can
There we
hear
go.
us.
Hold on a second. Caitlin, you only stutter when you're embarrassed. I mean, that's fair enough. Not everyone stutters at different times, usually, but I mean, that's a very common situation to stutter in. Is she always entirely eloquent in every other situation?
You know what?
I don't think most humans are.
You know what? This is one of my examples of a situation that you could easily add a lot of depth or backstory to some of these characters, or like details about these characters. Maybe it's like, Caitlin, your dad called you Blueberry or something. You could easily
He called her Sugar Pea. We know this.
I forget. Okay, Blueberry was somewhere. Did Travis call her Blueberry? Somewhere.
He might have done.
Yeah, I remember that, but I don't know. You could have referenced that. It's like, and your dad loves making strawberry puffs, and he may have tried to kill me once when I insulted them. Anyways, you could do something like that. You could give some kind of backstory, some details about these characters, their lives, or people surrounding their lives. You could do something more with small little stuff like that instead of vague stuff that's just could generally apply to pretty much anyone.
Speaking of Caitlin's dad, actually, that'd be like a good idea now, basically. To have Keston around, but just playing different characters of his, like Dante, but Eric particularly. Imagine what kind of Goliath Eric would be in the apocalypse.
Oh my god, wait. How would you feel Silvana was in that apocalypse, though? What?
I would feel better that we now have some extra cannon fodder.
Oh, wow. Just saying, now that I'm thinking about it, there are a lot of characters that didn't make the cut in the show. Like Eric, Zach, Silvana, Derek, what's her name? Rachel. Like, there are actually a lot of characters. We have like Vlad, Ziana, Garte. There are a lot of characters in this show, or in other shows and other My Street stuff, that didn't make the cut before characters like Peebs in season 2 made the cut. I'm like, you have a lot. Tiani could have been an interesting one too. I don't know.
That's true. As far as Brainiacs go, Tiani and Rise interacting with each other would have been.
Oh my god, that would actually be awesome. I would like that.
I mean, as I say that, I know they would have been shipped, despite Tiani obviously not being interested. But I just mean in general, like having those two interact with them would be a fun idea. That's what I meant by that.
But yeah, now I think about it, there are a lot of characters in the show that weirdly didn't make the cut before characters, in my opinion. who haven't been around for that long have made the cut. It's like, I guess there's voice actor availability, but even then, for certain ones, I feel like the availability was kind of there. Like, you could easily include Eric. I mean, I'm sure Keston was here earlier. I'm sure Keston's still available.
Yeah,
you know,
well, I feel bad for Jeffrey and Abby particularly.
Oh yeah,
although maybe not.
No way, Andy was here
maybe
too.
not. Maybe Abby adapts exceptionally well. You never know.
But Andy was also here. You could have brought in Jeffrey. You know, a lot of these characters play multi roles. You could bring in a lot of their characters. Oh my God! You could also bring in Nicole for Caitlin because Lizzie voices Nicole too.
Yep, that's
you
right.
You could bring in so many characters with some of these voice actors because there's a lot of options. If you brought in Christopher, the guy who plays Ian, you could have also brought in Derek. You could have brought in Derek too, and technically Shad. You could have brought in Shad. I don't think that would work, but you know he does voice Shad canonically, so you know.
I think he's also Agent R, so that would have, which again, another amazing character to have in an apocalypse, who could have easily set up, you know, the whole, like, you know, the camera system, or a camera system somewhere, especially now with Zane being gone. Yeah. I mean, we said this last episode. I'm not saying that, you know, they have to, you know, bring back all the old characters before getting, like, any new characters. The fact that Peebs got a chance in this particular series, and people able to, like, chance to, like, see what it's like and whatever, you know, for better or worse, that's a great idea. Again, a lot of these characters that we've mentioned before were just, you know, randomly introduced back in the day in terms of Diaries, and they stuck around. Not every, that can't be said for every single character in Diaries, that's for sure. But also, even over the course of My Street, even if apparently Falcon University was a financial failure, allegedly, you know, it's still they still played around with some of those, like, existing characters from there. They could have got they were given a chance to have a second win, but they wouldn't have had that if they weren't, you know, brought in brand new in the first place. You know, everyone has to start from somewhere. You know, I'm sure that Peebs maybe sometime down the line will become like a mainstay and maybe a classic character should the character prevail or whatever.
I hope I hope not, or at least unless you give him like the Mermaid Tales Xena treatment and like write a exceptionally well developed version of Peebs. That could work, but unless you give like a Mermaid Tales style treatment to Peebs, you know, unless you do something like that with his character, just the baseline of his character isn't very interesting or very good, and his voice is kind of annoying.
Well, maybe not him specifically, but somebody else. So somebody else new that perhaps we haven't thought of before, or even Xena herself, for crying out loud. That also could happen.
Yeah. Honestly, I really wanted to get to know Xena more in the alternate season 2, but I'm kind of disappointed by the fact that I feel like I didn't learn that much about her. Because part of me really wants to like a character like Xena.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I want to like dislike some of these newer characters, but I really do, even in this kind of context. I still want to like them or get to know them or have some sort of depth with them. But they're giving like kiddie pool levels of depth. Like, what you see with them initially is what you will get with them universally, and that's kind of lame because one of the coolest parts about some of the Aphmau characters is how much they can change and develop. Take Zane, for example. Zane, throughout all of My Street, has changed a lot as a character from show to show. Even a character like Aaron, he's been through his own stuff, or Melissa, or you could take, like, without any of that character evolution / depth, you don't really have much to offer with them besides what you see is what you get, which I guess could work for a one-off video, but like for a show, that doesn't work as well. Or like a show with multiple episodes, you know, and same continuity.
Just before we move on too quickly, I suppose, from this, that, you know, as far as Mermaid Tales goes, that one of my favorite things about season 2 is the fact that it has that more of that balance. We've met other characters, you know, like Lawrence, for example, that we recognize, but most of them have been, you know, new entries, again, like Xena, but And some of them were stuck around for one episode because, you know, they weren't really intended to be anything more than what they were. Yeah, they weren't intended to be mainstays, and that's fine. You know, again, I like the fact that there's characters that are in the wide open world that don't necessarily have to reoccur, but you know, and some of them that very much could over time, especially for a quest series. It makes sense that they're going from place to place. But yeah, you know, if anything, you know, I think about this for some reason. Ben 10 comes to mind. Again, a lot of the some of the villains have, granted, outstayed their welcome, but for a while have seen you know them seeing the random people you meet across like a road trip across the USA coming back at some other place. You know, that's that's interesting in moderation. So yeah, you know. You never know with that kind of thing, but yeah, like that's one thing that you know they've they clearly still want to, you know, have an old versus an old and new balance. Maybe they just don't have maybe they don't have like as many new characters to try that with, and so Peebs was added out of a sense of, well, by process of elimination, who else are we going to get in here? Not to mention that, of course, they still all drop like flies anyway, so that's not really gonna change unless they.
The problem with this show is when you introduce a new character, like Peebs or any of the newer characters, it's like this is a show where people just kind of die.
Yeah, so maybe this is not the right environment to kind of like, you know, test these things out.
A slice of live series would work a lot better for them. Or maybe,
so the idea in general would work, yeah.
Or going back to, I don't know, like a Mermaid Tales or like a quest show where like the main cast is traveling around and you have like maybe like circling between different characters that our main cast interacts with per set of episodes or episode or two.
Mini prediction. We're gonna Peeves is gonna move into the neighborhood in season 7 of My Streets. He'll just be around. He'll just be like, you know, nearby. Maybe he'll make friends with Dante, who needs company desperately.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna suggest this. Not that I necessarily want it, although if they give him good writing, I think it could work. But what if they made like Peebs Aphmau's actual brother or half brother? Not half brother, because from another woman. Yeah, half brother. That could be interesting.
I mean, as far as I understand from the whole like Michaela Laws thing that you sent me, was that the whole like half brother thing was, you know, well, the reason that they said it was a red herring was because the whole other child thing was just that Zach was raising another child, not that he had actually had one himself aside from Aphmau. That's my understanding of that. I
think Aphmau was meant to have a half brother before that was changed to Ian, and then Aphmau or Jason or someone in the writing room would be like, "Hey, that's a bit tad weird. Let's ignore. Let's all collectively lie and say it's a red herring."
Well, as things stand right now, I mean, okay, so you're saying that there still could be a half brother out there that's going to reveal that it was actually that Michaela Laws was, you know, misinformed. Let's put it lightly, and that,
Aphmau also
actually there was another child that was not also referred to as Zach's boy, like Ian was, very deliberately. Because the whole, like, the thing with the Michaela Laws explanation does explain it. It does justify the whole, like, you know, Zach's, you know, one child versus the other, like Zach's boy. That all adds up if you think about it from that aspect. It's not the best explanation, and it's a very clumsy motivation, basically. But it technically works.
I mean,
if they add another half brother on top of that now, it's going to get even more confusing.
Well, I just assumed they were like
children.
For starters, I don't know if Michaela was right because, and also keep in mind, Aphmau changed her mind a lot. We've talked about this a lot during like season 6 reviews. Aphmau changes her mind. She goes, "Oh well, this is the thing," and then the next season over or a few episodes later, she's like, "Actually, no, this is what actually is the thing," and then.
Case in point, the turning point of my YouTube career, the truth about Travis.
So it's just my thing with that is I assume after, because I would say there was a bit of backlash over the whole people being concerned about the whole Ian
thing, being like, "Ew, that's gross." Honestly,
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just be like, "No, her half brother is actually insert new character / peeb / insert new random boy character that
but
we've
still,
never
but still,
seen."
but still, why would they feel the need to do that? Michaela has given people an explanation that technically works. It makes Zach look very stupid, but we knew that anyway.
Okay,
and now they're not reliant unless like the future like of the series is reliant on some sort of half brother reveal to Aphmau, then there's no reason to really like continue that. Aphmau already had that sentimental conversation with Sylvana. As far as she's concerned, that was kind of the end of it.
Here's the thing. Even if he was quote unquote raising our boy, that doesn't line up with the season 6, I think, second teaser. Or maybe it was either the first teaser or second teaser.
I think it was the second one,
where we get to see the moment where Zach left Aphmau and Sylvana, where she's like, I saw the birth records or something, where where she verbally specifies she saw a birth, the the actual birth certificate and like the birth and like the paperwork, like specific about it.
Okay. I guess that's how you know they don't live in Texas. They don't let you have access to those.
Well, the other mother showed her that, or like the second woman in the picture.
See, that's a character that's a character that I would love to meet. The other woman. What's her perspective on everything? And especially if she is supposed to be Ian's mom, that would be even more of like a wow. Okay, well, that's actually a thing that happens in Percy Jackson. We do actually eventually meet May Castellan, who is the mother of Luke Castellan, who is one of the central antagonists of the series. And they want to know, like, what happened to him because Luke essentially betrayed Camp Half-Blood, and was, was the main leader behind the resurrection of Kronos. So there's no writing on that, but yeah, May Castellan was already broken beforehand, and she was even more broken afterwards. So, yeah. So that not many villains' mums you get to meet sometimes. It's a dynamic that needs to be explored more often. But yeah, but to summarize, I know that you're muted right now, but to summarize, if they are reliant on some sort of like half brother reveal in the first place, they don't need to justify it more than they already have. The justification is clumsy but functional, aside from the birth certificate thing. But if they feel if they're gonna invent a character just to plug up that specific plot hole, I would then point them to multiple others that would need a bit more attention.
Okay, yeah, but also for me, if they were to do the half brother thing, that would, at least in my opinion, do a few interesting things for the show. Because like if you go back to like Phoenix Drop High Season 2 minigames, Aphmau kept calling Daniel her little brother. Right? And that's
true. Yes. Oh, because they want to have a family dynamic. They justified that in universe, or in minigame universe, I suppose.
Yeah, that would.
Daniel points out right away that he's older than Aphmau, but Aphmau still calls him little brother anyway.
Yeah, but for me, that would that would be kind of interesting because kind of circle back to that original idea in those minigames, and also like I don't know, it could be an interesting drama point where having her essentially have to connect with a stranger who she's related to, and like because she's never had a brother, and like this is a new dynamic that could easily be explored throughout a season or through a few episodes in the season, depending on how
I feel like they've kind of already done something like that. I mean, that was essentially what happened with like the Lycans in the first place. She took to that like a duck to water. Holiday magic. But even aside from the holiday special, beyond that, that there was a lot of effort that was made, especially the more involved Melissa was with season 3, and of course after the Lodge there was like a whole troll bonding thing, but there was several interactions after that. But I mean specifically before when they're playing up the drama of Aaron's family in the first place and connecting with them on any sort of level.
And also going more in detail, like seeing more of the characters associated with like the reason why Aphmau's parents split up would naturally probably come up anyways next season in season 8, season 7 and 8, on the basis
Oh, it
that
would come
Zach,
up, but it wouldn't require a whole new character for it to function.
but like Zach is going to reconnect with her, and I feel like part of reconnecting with her maybe would be also meeting her half brother, because like he knows about, he would know about a half brother, and like he would want to.
If there is a half brother to meet, then yes. But I'm just saying that the benefits don't outweigh the costs here if they were to do it that way. Could they? In theory, yes, but should they? Probably not, because again, they've done something with this. If they include the Michaela explanation in universe in some way, and that's what Zach reveals, then fine. If anything, he might want to keep that a secret. He might want to withhold that information because he's so embarrassed about how little he cared about Sylvana that he went out of his way out of sheer pettiness and affected Aphmau for the rest of her life. When reconnecting with his daughter, he would want that to come out. There's already a lot of drama there without like another character coming in unnecessarily.
But also for me, this is also the thing for me. I like having in-universe explanations or have a character say something in-universe rather than it be exclusively from a voice actor who.
I know, that's what I said. Zach could. That's what I said. Zach could explain exactly what Michaela said in universe eventually, after withholding it for some time, I imagine.
I mean,
or if he wants to be really upfront from the beginning and atone for it, he could do it immediately. I don't know. Depends. Whatever's better for drama. But either way, that'll be the starting point, and that alone would be satisfactory to some degree. It's not the best explanation, but it's a functional one.
I think it would be more interesting again introducing a half brother character, because then you have an extra character throw in the mix, and it could be really interesting from a character dynamics perspective. But regardless, I do want to explain
the whole picture.
Huh?
Where does Ian fit into the whole picture then, if that's the case?
I don't know. Maybe that's just nonsense that is retcon, because I don't think Aphmau and crew want to acknowledge that whole conversation based off how Aphmau talked about it in the past and stuff, and wants to acknowledge that conversation even happened. Maybe they're gonna say like, "Oh, Ian was like a second son to me, or a second, or like a third child to me, because like when I took him under my wing after the whole, almost being murdered by wolves." He was like my boy in a form, because like we bond or something.
Wait, didn't that only happen like a few months prior? Like he was my boy for a couple of months.
Technically a year.
For a year. Sorry, Aphmau's year. He was my boy for a year. He was my fully grown adult child for a year.
He was like
I don't know.
He was
if
like
that's what they would do, I wouldn't pick that to be the starting point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it would make more sense if Ian happened to be in foster care or something during the Fingershop High days, and Zach helped him through his troubles after getting expelled or arrested or something along those lines. Zach pays his bail, maybe something along that would probably be the better starting
that
point.
Would work too. That worked a lot better when I suggested. And I mean, that would also explain how he ended up in the mountains with the snake-eyed man / Michael. That would also explain that, because then it's like a friend of a family member or whatever, or guardian or whatever, being like, "Hey, gal, you mentor him or whatever." I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You keep an eye on this operation or something.
Of course, Zach. I am nothing if not a great teacher of young minds. Like, I might have made a mistake here. Elizabeth,
definitely.
Hello. A lot of people think the other woman is Elizabeth. Not necessarily.
Oh my god. I find it so funny that people actually
think that's been thrown around. That's been thrown around, yeah.
That's not even true, because in like Elizabeth's introductory episode, she literally says, "Well, if you weren't with that other woman," and like I highly doubt she would talk in third person or like phrase it like that if she was the other woman towards Zach.
It's
clearly not Elizabeth.
Okay, from that verbiage, the other woman could refer to Sylvana from her perspective. in theory, I'm not saying I agree with this theory, but like that could be why that was done.
No, the verbiage was a bit different, but the verbiage was a bit different. But like it was like, well,
Okay.
Savannah wouldn't let you be with your daughter if you weren't with that other woman.
Okay, then there we go. Yeah.
It was like verbiage where it's like she specifies that clear she was the other woman, you know.
Yeah, it would have been odd to phrase it that way. Yes, absolutely.
Also, that's just a weird image having Caitlin's mom and Aphmau's dad be a thing. That's just weird to me.
Well, it's only well, I mean, is it any more or less weird than Caitlin's dad and Aphmau's mum? Because that's
yeah, but that makes it extra weird having like the like wife swap essentially.
Yeah,
digital wife swap.
I did say to Maya once that, you know, just because Morwenna, Marwick, Judas, and Agatha were in relationship does not mean that Rain and Pete had to be to close the loop. So, you know, I'm not saying that should happen.
Guys, we're having a wife swap. Guys, we're having a wife swap soon. You see Julius, he's gonna get with Morwenna, and Agatha's gonna get with Marwick. Wife swap.
as far as Zach and Elizabeth goes, you know, I'm not saying it should happen, nor am I suggesting that that's where this is going. But if it did, it would not be the weirdest thing in the world.
I don't know. I would be weirded out by it.
Wait, your leg.
Oh no, Aaron, Caitlin, hang on. Okay, we'll get to you. There's an armory with.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, that's actually somewhat clever. Saying hang on because they know where they are, but they haven't said specifically stay in the hall. Okay.
Supplies. We'll help you get there.
Or not.
Wait!
What is it?
There's an alternate around the corner.
Which has now heard you.
Wait, there's alternate around the corner. Every alternate like looks around the corner. It's like, oh, there you are. Like, oh. We're really bad at this.
In that room. Hey, Ugly! Come on down here. I'm loud.
Oh, now you hear it. Now you hear them. I see how it is.
What would be like a hilarious gag is if Travis said, "Hey, Ugly," and every alternate turns to a separate monitor camera and just goes, huh?
No, wait, this one alternate, imagine it ignored it because like, I'm not ugly, I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful.
Yeah. I was voted Mr. Alternate Universe 3 times in a row.
Oh, that was too close.
Yeah.
Well, if it's anything like the Garth alternate, you just smack it and then it'll die.
What?
This is my house. Melissa, what the heck is?
Wow, she rotted very quickly. Also,
she was burned. She was burned. Remember?
Oh yeah, they actually did use the fire that one time.
Well, they had to burn her.
Also, can Aphmau and Travis see this? Or are they just like hallucinating and just being like, "No, Aaron, that's not your house. That's a janitor's closet. Get the supplies." Melissa, that's a broom.
That'd be hilarious. Too bad this show isn't that funny. I wish this show was funny.
My dad's favorite episode of Red Dwarf is an episode where they're put under the effects of this thing called the Despair Squid. More, you know, I guess it was more like an ink situation rather than a gas one, but same idea. And then they're made to think that their entire reality was just them playing like a long, like super immersive video game, and maybe it's going to return sometime soon. And essentially, the idea was that they would see like they were the opposite of what of the ideals that they themselves stood for in reality, and so eventually they would just, you know, terminate their own lives as a result of that in some sort of like epic chase. But what they actually did was not during the epic chase thing itself, as they were all realizing this kind of thing. The computer's AI was trying to tell them like you're hallucinating, like, you know, doing that. But not only that, but they also cut back and forth between that. But at one point, I don't know if they ran out of budget or something, but they just stopped showing the alternate reality from their perspective and then went back to them in reality just going like, come on, get in the car! They did that for a while until they actually were finally able to snap out of it and get back to reality. So, yeah, that's what it made me think about this. It's just like Aphmau Travis going, you're hallucinating.
What's that, alternate speaking to me, alternate? What are you saying?
Yeah. Incidentally, Red Dwarf is the show that I said would make for good inspiration for that one like Minecraft space show that we pitched around like for like a day. That was the idea behind that.
I do want to go back to writing that.
It would be a fairly simple show to film, I think, once the sets would be built, in theory.
You go ahead. I'm coming. Just give me a moment.
No, you're on the floor.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
What the hell?
This isn't my first aid kit room.
It looks like some sort of nest.
Oh, it all makes sense. That thing brought me here, not because it's my house, because it's its home.
What?
You're in a living room! Those are futons! Snap out of it!
It lives here?
Oh, we're here, and we're you.
What?
Oh my
What does that mean?
That was... Well, remember, that's what they said, what the wall writing was last episode. It was the we're here, and then at one point it said, and we're you.
Oh no, where'd they go?
I don't know. I don't see him anymore.
Oh no. Let's see.
We have to find them.
Right. Let's go to the armory. We can meet them there.
Right.
Where did...
When we can meet them there, did you... Oh, is that what they said to go?
Rise
Okay.
go?
But...
Sure.
Rise?
He was right here. Rise?
That's why we don't... That's why we didn't see him for 3 episodes. Or 2 episodes, rather. It's because he just wanders off.
What are you talking about? Rise was...
He's like
He's
Scooby.
never here.
No, he was right here with me
they're
and you. He was
hallucinating.
literally here. Rise? Rise!
Now that I think about it, that'd be a good idea to go back, actually. Not that I want to, but I have time right now in the video. But if anyone watching this, actually, I suppose I've had to go back and check to see if Travis ever interacted with Rise at any point. Because I don't think he did. He was in the opposite side of the room at that point, checking the cameras while Aphmau talked to Rise.
I will say though, but even with that taken into account, there's one flaw in the execution there, and it's the fact that if Travis wasn't
Aphmau
seeing
said
Rise,
Rise's name out loud.
Yeah, and it said his name out loud, and she was continuously talking to a single person, not Travis, just random one-sided conversations to air essentially.
I guess so,
he didn't at any point turn to Aphmau going like, huh? I was like, Aphmau, are you okay? What's up? Like, Rise, he's not here. Who? Why are we talking about him? What about him?
Yeah.
That would have made it fall apart so fast. You know what would have helped if Travis wasn't in the scene when she was talking to Rise, but Rise went behind her and it just, that would have worked a bit better.
But hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say Levi drink for an attempt at the Fight Club twist.
I haven't seen Fight Club, but yes.
Oh, in that case, I will not elaborate.
There was once this movie about this kid who had to break every rule in school with his best friend. But twist the movie was his best friend wasn't real, and he was hallucinating him the whole time.
Oh, well, same idea, I guess. And then if you, of course, you watch that movie back, I assume that people don't ever interact with the best friend or say his name. Or whatever. Yes, there we go.
Look, Aphmau, you're starting to scare me.
No, he was just here with us.
Let's just get going. Come on.
Why don't you believe her?
Let's just find the others
so
right
much
now.
crazy stuff has happened. We have walked into weird spatial anomalies casually. and you're like, okay, whatever. You know, it's like, why don't you believe her that she was talking to Rise? Jeez. Like, if we're in a supernatural situation, I hope you'd believe me when I start claiming something supernatural happened to me. I hope
it's a
you
good
believe
question,
me.
but yeah. You know something? I actually wonder, has Travis met the actual Rise then if he couldn't see him earlier?
Should be around the way.
Maybe they knew each other in
assume
like this reality before.
Come on.
I assume he knows him in this reality because everyone seems to know each other. Because like we haven't had like a single character they end up running into. They're like, "Who are you?" So I assume everyone just knows each other arbitrarily. This is the problem when you're working on a new continuity where everyone knows each other, but there's no explanation how they know each other. It's just everyone knows each other for reasons.
Nah, well, I guess there he is.
Rise!
Well,
Rise!
or there one
Wait,
of them
where
is.
are you going?
Aphmau!
Rise!
It's
Now
not
would be a good time to
right.
check if. Now would be a good time to check if Travis saw that.
Come back! Wait. Jeez.
Aphmau, stop!
What?
Hey! What if he's an alternate?
Wait. You're right.
Well, alternate only one of you can see? That's
maybe
not how
that
they
was Travis
work.
confirming. Maybe that was Travis confirming that he could see him this time.
But I
like
haven't heard
before.
any static. There's.
Oh, also another explanation, by the way, is that at some point, Travis was chloroformed while Aphmau was focused on the cameras, and then they carted him off and put an alternate in his place. And that's why the alternate has no members of Rise, because he was there before. And I guess Rise was carted off too, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe Aphmau was developing the craziness Zane developed in like episode 2 or 3 or whatever.
Find them and now.
Hmm.
Rise?
The last one person you saw was
Okay,
Zane.
I'm starting to lose my mind.
He gets a concussion.
Rise?
What's wrong?
Wait, it's not going off.
Huh?
I don't. Wait a minute.
Hmm.
Rise? I don't think that's all. Oh, okay, watch out, Travis.
What's happening?
I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna like teleport.
menacingly.
I thought it was gonna like right behind her or something in like some sort of scary guise, but I guess it's the Slenderman we saw earlier.
Behind you,
in episode
behind
3.
you.
Wait, huh?
Where are they coming from?
What is happening?
They're phasing through the ceiling for reasons.
I gotta give major kudos for one detail here. If you can hear in the piano, it's actually going like boom, boom, and every time it's like there's a key, like one of them falls like boom, 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 boom. That's just the Fire Nation theme. What am I talking? Anyway, whatever the melody actually is.
Calm down. Back away slowly. Huh? These dolls. No. Come on, let's get to the armory now. We gotta go. Now, go.
What was the direction given to Moika for that?
Just keep moving.
Go.
Just keep.
The direction was, you know those adult anime films. Do that sound. Do that. Do that.
Different type
Or
of
sound
cat
like-
girls, yeah.
That's around that corner.
Sound like a character in Code Lyoko when they get in pain.
Yeah, and then Aphmau took her own advice in that one scene where she was whimpering for no reason.
Okay. Huh? Rice?
How far are you willing to go, Aphmau?
What?
Wait, Rise?
Oh,
It
so we
wasn't
can't
too
mess
echoey.
him now. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
keep up, Aphmau.
Keep up what?
Rice,
What?
please
Why are you
wait,
only
wait.
talking to Aphmau? Travis is right there. Rude.
Maybe it's now reversed. Maybe now it's Rice who can't see Travis.
Oh my god. Travis's actual true illusion. Aphmau just got a really bad concussion. Now he's just hallucinating Travis.
That'd be like a great like horror concept or something where like certain people like just disappear for you at random, and it's not consistent. So some people can see others, and it's like impossible to try to coordinate against whatever threat's actually going on.
That'd be
And
cool.
of course, part of the threat is that you want to, that part of the overall threat in the first place is that if you don't defeat whatever's like affecting you, you'll eventually either end up not being able to perceive anyone, being completely alone, or you know, if you defeat it, you know, whether or not you have to wonder whether or not you'll like to even like be able to see your loved ones again, even if they're in the same vicinity as you.
Going.
Oh, I think you know.
That's just me playing off like the Minecraft invisibility glitch that happens sometimes on multiplayer, but you know, it works in a horror concept too.
I really don't know what's going on. What?
Wait,
Rice?
Look, I don't even know what to believe anymore. Are you even real, Rice?
Oh, I'm real.
No, probably not.
Just as real as your guilt for not being able to save your friends.
What? What are you saying?
Aphmau, wait.
He's clearly not real.
Yeah.
No. No, this isn't...
There you are.
You took long
Oh, they did
enough.
move.
What are you two doing here?
I mean,
Are you
I will
alive?
say it's at least nice here that they're adding the touch. The fact that Aphmau feels guilt. Or like feels sad about the lost people and it doesn't feel as callous. Granted, I'm sure some deaths in here pretty much are done callously, like Ivy, I would say is done pretty callously.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen like the callous reaction from like character Aphmau. She always like like exclaims like tries to like hold back tears whenever something like this happens.
Okay, but
she's
what
unable to.
What I'm saying is she doesn't linger on the deaths at all, or like ever like you don't even ever have like a quiet moment where she ever like lingers on the deaths until like around this time period. And you start to get a little more of that in season 2 where she actually lingers on the deaths and actually goes, "Wow, I'm sad about it," even immediately after the fact, and not just, "Wow, I watched a horrific murder. I'm sad." Anyways, we're moving on now because murder happened.
One thing that I'm wondering if Aphmau is going to contend with is the idea that that a few times for the sake of trying to rescue someone else, she's put a different friend either in danger or has or ended up causing them to, or not causing them to die, but putting them in a situation where they died.
Oh my god!
Case in point, Ivy in this episode, dying on the rescue mission for Aaron. The idea of leaving no one behind ended up resulting in a fatality that could have been avoided if, considering that Aaron was going to escape. Not that she knew that Aaron was going to escape, but, the idea that...
I think that's a great idea, and honestly, it's one of those things that I feel like the show could explore more of. But the show's also not interested in exploring that, and I'm kind of sad about it, because that's a part of when I get really frustrated with shows, because there are moments that I'm like, okay, this happened, meaning you could actually play on this character's, say, a feeling of uselessness. Say a character is constantly put in danger and they don't feel like they're contributing enough. You could easily actually contribute that to an arc and like do something interesting with a lot of depth there. And then I don't know, it's like, and then they die or like just disappear from the story altogether randomly. And it's like, okay, never mind. I guess we're not going to try to do anything with any potential interesting situations.
Yeah.
And like that's what kind of sucks about a show, because season 2 starts to give characters at least gives Aphmau more of an arc, but it still doesn't give a majority of characters like a proper arc, and it's just situations that characters go through with a bit of character banter, and then like that's not very interesting if they're not really developing or changing or like anything too interesting. After the show probably gets the most amount of like focused development. Which I mean, I guess she is the main character, but I would say she's
the only
like
one
the
who
only one.
survives.
But like she's like the only one who properly gets developed or focused on in a lot more of a meaningful way compared to everyone else. Kind of gets moments to shine, but it's like bleeding glimpses, and then they have like whatever their death scene is, if they die or not, It's like, wow, they had a single moment of heroism, or they had a single moment where they were with Aphmau talking to her, and now they're dead. Oh well.
Yeah, I suppose. You know that there's actually a show that that now I'm thinking about this one. There's another Minecraft survival series, another zombie apocalypse series, The Crafting Dead. I mentioned it before, actually, like very briefly, because it was like somewhat connected to the Aphmau multiverse by the transitive property, based on my multiverse theory before that was debunked. But yeah, like in general, the premise behind that one is it starts off with just SUC Barbarian, or just Nick in that context, and his friend Ghetto Gamer, aka Ghetto. So Nick and Ghetto were the original survivors. Eventually they added several other people. It was the Crafting Dead mod that was being used at the time, and Honestly, they had like a ton of seasons. I never actually finished it because there were like 10 seasons, and I just ended up, I just ended up not really seeing the whole thing. But because of how they set themselves up, and I was mostly Nick and Ghetto for a lot of the time on screen, even if there were like other guests at different points, including Aphmau herself at one point. Yeah, they actually I was gonna say, yeah, they had a lot of like just like casual conversations, or they would talk about like the like memories of like other friends and stuff, or people that they'd actually lost beforehand, even if we don't get to meet them because it's always like middle of the well, not middle of the apocalypse, but the beginning of the apocalypse when things start happening. So and even like some of the cutscenes and stuff that we get are just these human moments, or even or even like a full on funeral service once a certain character died, and and everyone was there at the time. It was a character they even had to put down as well. It was quite the ordeal. If anything else, that's like the pivotal moment, because it was also like where Sky connected their spin-off of the series, or like their own like season. Was one of like those characters. Something I should probably go back to at some point. I don't know if it'll make for good reactions based on like how it was made, but then again, I suppose if this works as far as reactions go, then maybe I could give it a shot at some point.
Maybe, and like I've talked a lot about the writing in the show, but like also the way what you're describing there, it feels a lot more human. This feels a lot less human and more artificial, I guess. Artificial, superficial,
basically the Crafting Dead worked in a similar way to Minecraft Adventures, I think. I don't think that I think it's another one of the ones that they scripted out, but it was but they weren't super hyperbolized versions of themselves, or or at least not at first anyway. They were somewhat like grizzlied by the situation they were in. They don't like make real world references or anything like my version of Minecraft Adventures, actually. But yeah, like they get more tranquil moments because it kind of like leans into the fact that you're still in Minecraft, I suppose. Maybe it's also because they didn't attempt to scare you as much, but there was always and the threat of death was essentially like collected like basically just the Crafting Dead like mobs themselves. Which I think are still called walkers. They should be called crafters, though, based on like how the pun would work, but I don't know.
Am I seeing things?
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
You brought us here.
Huh?
We waited so long, Aphmau.
I don't understand. What did you wait for?
You can't let us go. You feel guilty, don't you?
So guilty, it's tearing.
A little on the nose here.
Wait! No! Cam! Zane! No! Where's...
No!
Huh?
Travis?
I can't look at it again. I can't look at it again. You took her away from me. You took Caitlin away from me!
Travis.
You've ruined everything. Everything we had. Everything that could have been, and now...
Travis.
I don't even know if I can ever see her.
He's putting those acting chops. I like this.
No. We're gonna go together, okay? Let's get through this.
Not alone, buddy. Not alone, buddy. Come on.
All right.
Just follow my lead. We're not
Two
alone.
missed opportunities.
Okay, buddy? Come on. Let's go. This way.
Okay, so this is kind of talked about a bit in season 2, kind of, but like memories can manifest or something. I don't know. It was very cryptically said in season 2. Maybe the alternates in this case are using whatever weird spatial anomaly powers they have to manifest thoughts and memories of their guilt, maybe? Maybe that's what's been happening. Although, I would question how the alternates are doing it, because at least in season 2, it's kind of explained a bit better of the kind of spaces that they could do it in. But in this case, they kind of just running, and there was nothing to indicate they entered a space that the alternates could alter. In season 2, there's like a special thing they do, or something that happens to them that takes them a certain place through a certain method that essentially causes them to be in this alternate reality false world. But in this season, the world just kind of warps around them randomly, and it's not really explained how or why, or doesn't really make much sense with some of the logic season 2 kind of added into how they warp reality in this weird way.
One thing that I am noticing is that it always happens whenever there's like the fog. Or, well, fog / turned down render distance, whichever one is more fitting in this case. Something is clouding their vision to some degree. So there's an impact for the audience, but whether or not that's the case in universe or not, I guess we don't know.
Keep moving. Follow my lead this way. Follow my voice.
I'll just focus.
We can't lose our minds here.
Yeah.
We can
Follow
make
my
it
voice
out
in case
here.
you can't see me.
We have to.
All right then, let's go.
Yeah. Let's go.
This is it, isn't it?
Through this door. We'll be fine.
How do you know that? You don't know that.
Is anyone in here?
Yeah, it's still foggy.
Please be here. Please. We've been through so much. Where are they?
No idea where they could be.
It's fine.
We were so close.
No, they had to have made it. They have to be okay.
Also, I don't really get the whole liminal space thing here, because, like, why would the alternates, however they did it, transport them to a liminal space or, like, a weird space they could alter? Just to give them an exit to a armory with, weapons. If you could choose where the space is gonna spit them out, or like where to place the space, shouldn't you like kind of spit them out away from the armory or pointing away from it? That way you were fine.
Unless they only change the space before the armory itself and not the armory after it. Like this is the limit of their territory, and it just so happened that it was the room they needed.
Maybe, I don't know. I find that weird and kind of plot convenient, but okay.
We have to figure things out.
Just
we can't stay here forever.
I lost her, Aphmau. I lost her again. She was right there, right on the camera.
I know, and we have to keep going. We saw them. They've survived, and so have we.
And what if they didn't? What if those things got them?
We cannot
I feel like
think
Aphmau's
like
raising
that.
her voice now.
All right, this place is driving us crazy. What's this? Wait.
Okay, that sounded like
Survivors, meet us at the safe town.
Oh, thank you for putting that under the table that required specific survivors to go into this specific room in this specific building. Great. What were the odds of anyone finding that ever? There's not giving away your location to the alternates, and then there's not giving it away to anyone.
Look, we can go to the safe town. Maybe they saw this too. But
which just sounds too good to be true, Aphmau, and we saw him. I think we did.
Look, this can't be an alternate piece of paper, right? But
okay, it says Rise. All right.
I mean, look.
I get it. We can't trust everything, but we can trust some things.
I mean, it's probably our only option, though, isn't it?
Look, we're here. We made it this far.
I mean, that's pretty bold of you to assume that there's no way it could be an alternate paper, or there's no way it could have been planted.
Yeah, I've already made that argument so many times. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to say anything this time.
Right.
And Aaron and
but okay,
that could be an alternate weapon of some kind. Yeah.
Caitlin have each other. If there's even a chance they're okay, they'll what? Huh?
Is that a guitar?
No way!
Oh,
I like how he knocked. I like how he knocked before coming in.
Wait, why did you do that a minute? If there were alternates waiting in there to jump you, you would have been dead, or at least would have had a disadvantage.
Especially if they're the ones that are, like, sensitive to sound.
Oh, God.
Caitlin!
Oh, I gotta block the door!
Yes, right!
Right.
Good.
Okay.
Aphmau, Travis, you made it!
Caitlin, I thought you were dead.
Not yet.
Kiss.
Thank goodness for
Kiss.
What happened? Did that thing fall, you guys?
Kiss, fall in love.
Who's
Da 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 da.
I've...
Yeah, but we need to talk. This place, it isn't what it
Oh,
looks
no.
like.
I know. We saw
That
our friends in
sentence
the hallway. We saw Kim and
never
Zane
ends
and
well. We need to talk.
No, it does not. But also, they need to check each other to see if like they're alternates now. I know that they checked over the cameras, but that's not necessarily going to apply again.
Yeah.
everyone, and I don't know if...
Yeah, Us too. We had an encounter with an alternate Gareth.
Wait, what?
We also saw that Spider Pierce.
Yeah.
Spider Pierce. Spider Pierce does
Caitlin,
whatever Spider Pierce does.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The spider pierce, screeches loud and hurts your ears.
I don't ever
There you
want
go.
to see that thing again.
It's
I
okay.
can't.
Look,
It's
it
okay.
wasn't. I don't
Okay, well, don't go outside then, because it's still there.
know if it was real. This whole place is just messing with our heads and causing us to see things.
That's not the only thing.
Huh? What's going on? Tell me.
This entire place is an alternate.
What?
Oh.
Caitlin and I
Cool.
saw eggs in this.
Finally they do the thing that I said they could have done this whole time, and then no one considered
Your
it.
version of my home.
Oh no. It's like, no way.
It's like, no way. Why does it sound like Beavis and Butthead?
It's like, no way.
No way. Yeah, it's an alternate.
Oh god, Beavis and Butthead and the alternates. I'm scared.
They survive because none of the alters want to deal with them.
Oh god. No.
Check it out. That alternate has tentacles. It's like,
you know what? That's why Safe Town is so safe. Beavis and Butthead live there, and they just don't want to go to Safe Town because they know Beavis and Butthead there. And they're like, we don't want to deal with them. Let's just kill everyone else first.
Okay. Oh god. Okay.
Also, by the way, now that we confirmed that this place is an alternate, why would they want to go to Safe Town? Because they found this paper. They found this paper talking about Safe Town inside an alternate after hallucinating a bunch of stuff from alternates. I don't know if that's not really trustworthy anymore. That's not really trustworthy anymore.
Yeah, and that hallucination also possibly includes Rise, who signed the paper. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you should go to Safe Town. Oh yeah, she got impaled. You think so? No, she definitely died.
We should stock up on supplies.
I mean, she didn't die instantly. She definitely died by the time we woke up, because we woke up in a different location.
I'm still here!
She definitely bled out.
It's been 20 minutes! When is someone coming back for me?
I get it. Alright.
Okay,
Let's keep moving. We gotta find everybody.
Right,
Imagine they get to the end of the series. Wow, I can't believe everyone's okay. I feel like we're forgetting something. Hello?
Oh,
that'd be funny and too good.
Explosives?
Well, we can't be too careful, can we?
Right.
Wait, do you still have your walkie-talkie?
I do.
Alright, good. I got another one in case we split up again.
Good.
Oh my god, this reminds me of the Die Hard episode of Rick and Morty. Walkie-talkie, mother.
Die Hard. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was walkie-talkie Die Hard. Yes, I saw that one too.
That was actually a pretty funny bit in that episode. It's like
yeah, and recently I saw the actual Die Hard, so now I get everything.
I have not seen Die Hard.
It happened to be on TV one night, so I was like, oh, well, fair enough.
Die Hard, Die Hard, Die Hard, Die Hard.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The screaming Die Hard into radio.
Yeah.
Oh
Thanks.
god.
It'll help you keep your distance.
Thanks.
All right, Caitlin, hold still. Maybe I can get you patched up.
I don't think another bandage is gonna cut it.
Your leg does.
Yeah, no.
Are you sure?
My leg is definitely infected. I have a disease. I think it's the version of alternate tetanus.
Be all right.
If any creature would have lockjaw, it would be them.
We have a choice.
I get it. We're all stocked up. We just gotta be careful. There are more alternates out there.
You know,
Just
you could at
keep our
least
guard up.
apply ointment or whatever to it just to kind of ease the pain / discomfort to make you be able to run faster. You could at least try that. That may not
You know, I
work, but you
realized-
could at least try it. It may not fix it, but it may at least help you survive not being killed.
You know, I just realized something. I know how to take down this alternate building. Just have them spew the gas onto you again, light the gas, and then have it, like, you know, destroy itself from the inside through indigestion and heartburn.
Aaron, there's one thing. If this entire building is an alternate, do we really have a chance out here?
I mean, I guess it
If
probably
this building
can
is
hear
an
everything you
alternate,
say.
we're already kind of dead. We're kind of trapped in here now forever. They just make all the exits disappear. Have you not seen Monster House?
Yeah, exactly.
Look, if the building wanted us dead, then we'd already be dead.
But everyone keeps dying. Can we
Yeah, except for you, which should tell you something by this stage.
really
Yeah,
run
it's
forever?
called the power of plot
I'm starting to lose
armor.
hope.
It's alright, you're not alone. Just take a deep breath.
Nah, it's not as effective when Travis doesn't say it or Aphmau does.
Let's keep moving. Alright?
Right. Got it. Let's go. All right, there's one out here. If we stay quiet, we'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep moving.
If we stay quiet, we'll be fine. No one talk, not a single sound. I don't want to hear a peep out of anyone. As he gets closer and closer.
Keep going. Be quiet. We've got.
Stop
Oh my
talking,
god, she
man!
actually is doing it! She actually, I was
Stop
kidding!
talking!
I was joking!
Stop talking! You gotta be quiet! You can't just keep talking! Guys, we gotta be quiet. Remember, we all gotta hush. Shh. Guys, the alternate is just over there. We just gotta keep going this direction. We'll be fine. Just everybody, remember, be quiet. Don't speak a word. We'll be fine. Just come with me. Come on, just nice and quiet. Yeah, we're doing really good, guys.
Meanwhile, Aphmau's the only one who's moving. Everyone else has taken a different corner and he hasn't noticed.
And then she just turns an alternate. It's like, oh, hi, alternate. Hey, dead.
Don't want to alert the other me, so be quiet.
Shh. Make sure we don't lose each other again. We'll be fine.
Then stop talking.
How is there more of them?
Shh. It's okay.
Because that's how it works.
Why are we having conversation? This should be quiet. I know this is made for like very small children, and very small children can't comprehend something apparently if it's not speaking to you 24/7. But like,
I thought you were going to
could at
say
least
very small children
try.
can be quiet, which is also true.
You can at least try. I know you're trying to entertain like 5-year-olds, but jeez. You can at least try.
Yeah.
It's like, stop talking. Stop.
Yeah, honestly,
Just be silent for
Yeah.
10 seconds. Jesus.
yeah. Also, as far as like the small children angle and stuff, we're 26 minutes into this video. Most of them are probably clicked off by now.
Yeah, I don't know. Most of them left. They're gonna make out. Oh, they didn't make out.
Come on.
Okay.
I don't think they have lips.
Well, I don't know. They could like rub each other's faces with each other's faces. I don't know. How do alternates make out?
They can give each other the Inuit greeting of nose rubbing.
You know what? Sure. That's how they show intimacy
Perfect weapon
in
for
any
myself.
form.
Got it.
In the alternate form.
Remember, stay calm.
Stay low, guys.
Panicking doesn't do anything.
Stop talking.
Yeah,
Stop talking.
Aaron has panicked the least out of everyone so far in this entire series, telling him not to panic. That was more like assurance for herself, to be honest.
Right.
Let's make a run for it now. Go, 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 go. Come on.
Stop
Go!
saying
Stops to look.
Stop saying it loud. You guys are really bad at this.
Let's make a run for it now. Go! Turns and looks behind her while stopping.
Jacob, I'm just saying, if we were in this world, we would be perfectly fine. We would not die at all. We would survive really easily, actually.
Mm-hmm. we'll just standing around the campfire, sing a happy song, a CAMPFIRESONG song. If any alternates come near us, they're not gonna last very long.
Worrying, I'm fine.
I'm not gonna stop.
Behind you.
Got it. Shh. Keep moving.
Stop shushing everybody, Aphmau. You don't shut up.
Trash, quiet. Get the Af.
Okay, right.
Back up.
Got it.
Stop, everybody! Stop speaking, whisper yelling. Why?
This is like that one scene in The Matrix where like the agents are outwitted by going behind a desk and they couldn't track Neo anymore.
All right, make a run for it. Go.
Yeah, see, Aaron has the right idea. You know, say go, and then actually go. Hey, there.
Guys, we gotta be quiet. Guys, we gotta be quiet. Trust me, gotta be quiet. Just no one say a word as we sneak through this building. Yes, definitely. We're all gonna be quiet, right? Everybody shush.
Mm-hmm. I guess it's time to, bring. I guess it's time to, bring it back to, full circle and have Aphmau call or alternate Aphmau call the phone again, and then for them to actually answer it. Once they can figure out how to pick it up with their, one long arm basically, and the other one short. Like, how do they work that out?
I feel like that'd be very hard. Like you can't really push buttons at that point.
Hello.
Wait, we killed her.
Aaron. What? She's using the phone now?
What?
I'm you.
He wasn't there before.
We need to run for it now.
You should go.
Travis and Caitlin, they just left them. It's like, we're not sticking around for this. We know the score. We're gonna go.
I mean, honestly, they have a better danger sense right now than Aphmau and Aaron. They're just sitting here.
I guess they're kind of back to the way they started. Actually, they survived together beforehand, and they'll continue to do so without anyone else interfering.
Lizzie and Pat had to leave the recording session, so now they're chasing them. You could have just ran when they didn't notice you.
Oh no, never mind. There they were. They were just hiding in the part where the alternates could see them. Ugh.
Why is this show so stupid?
Move,
After Caitlin.
Come on.
Yeah, now
How
you
does anyone die in this show?
Lord,
How does anyone die in this show besides pure stupidity?
We're here.
They're all over the place.
I know. We just
You don't just stop and read every single one. We've seen both of these messages before.
gotta keep moving, and keep our head above water.
Yeah, I think that's the
Then
worst
move, Aphmau.
What is that? Keep going. Go.
Okay, that's new.
Caitlin, come on!
Go.
Oh,
Sorry.
I got you. That's
The hand's still coming.
You've been making noise this whole time. What do you mean? You never stop
look at
making
that.
noise.
After the ladder, go!
Go. Now. Huh? What is this?
oh. I mean, yeah, Aaron's seen this room before.
Is this a whole nest?
No, these are the futons living room. It's all an illusion.
Wait, we need to figure this out.
I got it.
I'll figure something out for you. There's glass on there's a glass ceiling there. Break it and leave.
Good thinking. What do we do? Those monsters brought us here to replace us, didn't they? To become us.
Yes.
Huh? What the?
Caitlin, what's wrong?
My leg.
Caitlin!
The infect. My leg.
It doesn't feel right.
My effing leg.
Watch out!
Mm-hmm.
Careful! Stand back! Oh no! Oh, they're making more! Get rid of them now!
It's just a rat.
Okay. Alright.
Well, these things are weak.
We need to get rid of them before they all hatch now.
Oh, I guess Caitlin's
Now.
better now.
Go! Just start breaking them now!
Take that!
It's fine with me. I hate these things.
Just get rid of them! These stupid things!
Look, there's a doll.
There's so many!
Another Ben 10 comparison where they smashed all those green cocoons that had all the old people in them.
What are they? How do we end this all. This too.
Oh, it's no use.
Well, we do have dynamite.
What?
Yeah, but you probably want to save that and have it more concentrated blast, and that's not gonna, affect you. That would take down the part of the building, though, as the alternate.
What is it? Guys,
We need to get out of here.
here.
Also, wait a second. Does that if this is a nest for them, like an actual proper nest, does that mean that this alternate is pregnant?
Come on, let's just shoot down. We can get out of here.
Maybe. Aphmau is climbing inside a alternate. That's about to give birth.
Hurry down the chute.
Come on, Caitlin. Let's go.
And this is the
You
birth
go
canal.
first.
Perfect.
I might need you to cushion my landing.
Right.
Be careful.
Aaron.
Dude, just get out of here already.
Yeah, either Aaron or Caitlin is staying behind right now, which probably means another one
death's
bites the dust.
incoming.
Another one bites the dust. Dude.
Yeah. See you around.
Go.
Here, you're gonna need this more than me.
See you around. Like they're prepping us for it.
Wait. Explosives.
I know, I'm already on it.
We can explode him.
Half, you need to get him out of here.
Wait. Aaron, what are you saying?
What about you?
You know what I'm saying.
He's going to sacrifice himself. No, you can't, Harry. No. You want to stop Snape stealing the stone or not? Not Harry. No, it was Ron though. Mal, it's you who has to go on, not me, not Caitlin, not Travis. You.
You have plot armor.
That means I can survive the explosion. But Aaron, that means I can survive the explosion. You can't. That's not how the story works.
I can't leave you behind. Please. We have to get out of here. We can get out. We can make it out together.
Honestly, that's a fair point. They came in here specifically to rescue him, and Ivy died as a result of it. If he dies now, it kind of makes the whole thing pointless.
It was null and void. Oh well.
Do you trust me?
I do.
I mean,
No.
yeah, but I also don't want you to kill yourself.
As long as there's air in your
No.
lungs, this won't be for
What do you mean? Aaron, put me down.
sorry.
Put me down.
You'll be fine.
Aaron, no.
Yeah, I'll be fine. You won't be fine. I don't trust you that much.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, oh, wait a minute. Imagine if they didn't have that kind of landing and Caitlin just kind of just thought, oh, we'll be fine. By the way, they'll cushion my fall. Meanwhile, they're both splattered on the ground before she arrives.
Oh no!
Not to mention what kind of building has like a trash chute that like works like this and just goes outside and pours its garbage on top of another building.
Well, you see, this corporation really hated the other corporation so much they put their trash chute in the way convenient place to pour it on the other building. They're like,
and they and they specifically built their tower taller than the other ones in order to like achieve that, and for no other compensating reasons.
That'd be hilarious.
Are you alright?
Where are we? Aaron.
Aaron.
Am I alright? No, I fell from a building onto another building from a mass height. Of course I'm not alright, Caitlin.
My effing legs.
Yeah.
Aaron, stop being stupid and get out of there now.
There.
Oh, it's animated. You know what happens next.
Does he have anything to set that off, by the way? He just kind of like placed them on the ground. Oh, great. Now he's closer to the exit. Well done, alternate Aaron.
Today.
Aaron, I just need to tell you.
Ah, yes. Flashbacks to something we didn't see.
Wow.
Now you
all
want to
these
do
romantic-
this.
All these romantic
that-
times.
Is it just
The
me or does the
moon
moon look like it's about to fucking go?
Okay, this is what happens when Majora Mask happened in the server, obviously.
Yeah, I was
This
gonna
is
say,
what
when
it's
this become
implying.
mature?
The moon's gonna kill them all, and this is like a romantic moment. Like, wow, we're gonna die together.
No, this
by the
is
moon.
This is from Aphmau's unreleased video. The moon is going to kill us in Minecraft.
Oh my god! There's something wrong with the moon in Minecraft, and it's just like the thumbnail is just the moon crashing to Earth.
And people are gonna be like, "Is that a clue to my stream with the comets?" And it's like, "No, psych, no, it isn't."
Aaron, I love you.
I just realized as well, this is a mirror to Diaries again with like Aaron and Zane together. You'll kill us both! Good. Oh, that's right. I guess because if you shoot dynamite, it activates. Maybe from
I mean, I guess there's the fire and gunpowder interaction, so maybe with the bullet.
Maybe the spark upon impact. If you aim it right, I guess.
You know, Aaron. If you were faster of placing the dynamite down, you literally could have just went to the chute, shot the bullet, and then slid down the chute as it explodes. You didn't have to die for this. You didn't have to die.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least I won't die alone.
That's not even a good last line. Also, couldn't he have shot the alternate itself and then escaped and then... Did he only have one bullet?
I don't know. By the way, you know what I'm shocked about rewatching the show? I thought
that they didn't replay the Aaron scream that Aphmau made famous before. That would have been a great moment to do it.
But no, like the fact that the line, as long as there's air in your lungs, like I thought that was reiterated multiple times throughout season 1, because it became a major thing reiterated a handful of times in season 2. I thought that was reiterated. I thought that was reiterated like half a dozen times or something during this season. So it really became a major sticking point for the plot. No, it was just reiterated as one of Aaron's last lines. That's it. I thought it was a much major line than it really was.
We have one more episode after this, so it could come up in that one in theory.
Aaron's
but also
dead. Aaron's not reiterating it. I thought because like
I didn't say he was going to do it. You clearly said season 2 they reiterate it, and Aaron's dead in that presumably. So
yeah, but the way it was like a grief for Aaron, and that's what Aphmau was reiterating it for.
Well, if that's the case, then of course it's only going to come up after his sacrifice. Why would they grieve him before that?
No, it's just what I'm saying is I thought that line was reiterated at least one extra time this season. That line was only iterated once this season, despite becoming a major sticking point for the next season.
Again, we have another episode before that happens, supposedly. So, I guess we'll keep an eye out for it whenever we do the next one.
Also, now that his death has officially happened, I can say a major driving portion for Aphmau next season is Aaron's death. I know, such a shocker.
Specifically his, unlike the guilt in this episode, which is already a driving force for everything. Okay, sure. Yeah.
No.
They're like,
yes, we know he sacrificed himself. We just saw it happen.
What do we do now?
We have to keep moving and survive. We've been fighting
I do like how it's this daytime now.
for so long. The alternates may be here.
You've been fighting for so long. You've been fighting for like what, a day or two? You haven't been fighting for very long.
They've been fighting consistently during that time. They haven't even slept really, except for that time that Aphmau slept for 2 days. But aside from that, they haven't slept.
Oh yeah, she slept for 2 days randomly. That weird time jump.
Which, by the way, that would have been a great time to actually like have the great time for them to sleep would have been the scene with the lady actually last episode. Just like offered them like a bed to rest in beforehand, and maybe like
I don't know if I would want to sleep in a house with a psychopathic cannibal borderline cannibal lady who
before the cannibal reveal. But in this one, I'm guessing instead of like alternate for dinner, would have been like for breakfast, like it broke in after the night or something, and that's what she prepared. I don't know, something along
that
those
would
lines.
work. But I mean, at post reveal, I wouldn't feel comfortable sleeping in a house with her because I feel like she would start cutting me up and start eating me to expand her palate.
I guess the only difference between that is that maybe it wouldn't have been daytime when this scene happened, to show that, like now like the night has passed and like how much is that they've actually like gone through. Even though it wasn't one night, it was still like an ordeal that was non-stop. Because let me tell you, there's no better way to establish how long you've been awake for if the sun comes up before you go to sleep.
Let's remind them that we are still human.
Also, this marks another moment Aaron sacrificed himself.
Yes, in a manner very reminiscent of his first sacrifice in Diaries.
He is. Why is he? Aaron, I feel like you need to learn some self-respect and not get yourself killed for someone else. It's great that you're willing to sacrifice yourself for others.
Self-respect, more like self-preservation.
It's great that you're willing to sacrifice yourself for others, but like this is like what, your 5th time sacrificing yourself for for Aphmau specifically. Maybe you should not be willing to end your own life for her for once. Maybe you should actually not do that again, please.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait, it's like the 6th self-sacrifice, because there's also technically he's willing to sacrifice himself in the season 6 finale. Then you have like the 2 times in Emerald Secret he was willing to sacrifice himself. You have Diaries. What else? There's a few other times. There are a lot of times.
Yeah.
Although I do find it weird how Jason, when he was like, "What everything wrong in season 6," he said like, "Oh, what if the Lycans have another curse, a self-sacrificing curse?" I'm like, that's not really a curse. That's just a consistent character trait amongst all Aarons, that they're willing to end their own existence.
He said the Lycans, and if you think about it, Derek turned himself in the hopes that he would be sacrificed instead of Aaron, which did kind of happen. Especially like once he actually even though it was used as bait, he then like once again jumped in instead and became the relic that Michael used. Melissa, barred Aaron and Kwai-chan out of the door and then got shot. Yes. It wasn't just that he got shot, because that could have happened in various ways, but the fact that she like specifically like stood her own ground to get them time to go to leave, even though they left after she got shot anyway. Whatever.
What I'm saying is weird about the way.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is weird about the way Jason phrased it and talked about it was in relation to the Ultima curse. And maybe you specified Aaron specifically. I forget the exact thing, but he may have specified Aaron specifically or specified the Lycan color. I'm like, it's not really a curse. It's more of just something most Aarons do, much like most Aphmau has developed some sort of deity powers at some point in their life.
I just went over the fact I just went over the fact that it's not just Aaron. Both Derek and Melissa have done it before. Rachel's sort of up in the air, but she married into the family, doesn't quite count. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I just found it weird how Jason like verbally phrased it like it's not a magical curse, if anything. It's just something
you could even extend that to Derek's dad, after like what Rowan said about about the dad protecting him and his brother, supposedly. Which, by the way, speaking of long lost brothers to reconnect with,
hello,
even Lion King actually managed to no, not that. I didn't mean that. I meant speaking of long lost brothers, because you mentioned before how that'd be like your reconnecting family arc. Clearly, Aaron either has or had an uncle at some point.
I assume he's still alive. I assume they're probably gonna keep him alive. And
well, if the protection was successful, then hopefully yes.
What's going on?
Was that an explosion?
Oh, all right. I guess yeah. A little bit of snarl from Aphmau at night again? Not gonna question it. All right. So that was the episode where they tried to rescue Aaron, but also not really, and someone else died in the attempt that failed.
Yeah, I don't know why. Again, also, okay, so now we can say this. Aaron did not get infected. They just kept Aaron alive for the giggles, I guess.
They got an extra death out of it in the form of Ivy, so, it was a net positive for them, but I don't know.
Not really, though, because they destroyed a bunch of their eggs in an alternate building. So it's not really a net positive. It's not like they killed Ivy and Aaron and they lost nothing. No, they and they also lost Caitlyn. Even if Caitlyn is infected now, they still physically lost her instead of keeping her imprisoned or using her. They also lost a hostage. They lost two hostages.
Yeah, my jury's still out on whether or not. Yeah, my jury's still out on whether or not they're going to actually whether they're still going to use Caitlyn in the same way, and that was the part of the rescue mission. But yeah, they could have done the same thing with Aaron very easily as a safety precaution or just a safety in numbers idea, but didn't. So there's there is that
plot armor and well, I think Aaron's sacrifice here was it was kind of stupid. It was kind of stupid, at least how they went about it. Aaron didn't have to kill himself. To be blunt, Aaron didn't have to. I mean, I like my self-sacrificing scenarios. Let's go to Luna in episode 6, part 2. Listen, she jumped in front of a sword for Adam, and a self-sacrificing thing. It was either in that scenario, it was either Adam gets stabbed and dies, or she stops him from dying by taking the sword herself. That's at least a scenario where there wasn't a good solution for her, for anyone really. Someone was dying, and it was either Adam or her, and she chose Adam.
Aside from, I guess, pushing Adam out of the way, but yeah.
But even if he pushed Adam out of the way, she would have just ended up taking the sword too, technically. Depending on how she pushed
possible,
him.
Yeah. She didn't have the means to blast him or anything, so there's a
She didn't have any weapons or anything serious. I mean, maybe she had a sword on hand. Not really any weapons.
If it had been if it had been anyone else, they would have been able to deal with it with a blast, but because it was her, that was impossible. Yeah.
Well, anyone except for Trevor. Trevor can't do a blast. Zach, Helen, and Alana have all forms of projectiles. They can shoot out.
Yeah, Trevor could throw a duck and just bonk him on the head.
I mean, I guess Trevor could use a bow theoretically, shaped the angel, dude angelic bow, which we haven't really seen yet. That's something they technically do. They don't. They mostly rely on swords. They're more melee people, preferably, but some bows are an option. But yeah, again, self-sacrifice is cool and all. And I guess it's a decent way to end the episode. I just think it's kind of stupid how they went about him in the scenario where he had to sacrifice himself. You didn't have to do that. The alternate wasn't even in the room yet. You just had to place down the dynamite, get near the exit, shoot it, and slide, and hope you could outspeed this explosion and make it to the roof.
Yeah.
You didn't have to wait.
Yeah. Also, if he had just left with them, alternate Aaron wouldn't have caught up in time anyway, nor would have been able to fit down through the tube in the first place.
I mean, I guess then there's the issue of the eggs in the nest. That would have been the only issue if you didn't do anything with the explosions.
I suppose.
Explosives there.
Although to quote Owen from Spies Are Forever, what about the rest? Because I assume they've got more, but yeah, I guess taking out.
Yeah, they probably have more nests. As much as sacrificing your life works there, it's also maybe there's other nests. I mean, it may hurt them temporarily.
There were maybe a dozen eggs in there, to be honest, if that. considering how many alters we've seen in that doll scene alone, let alone other than the deer that have been around, yeah, they've got their own ways. Aside from, I guess they still haven't caught on to the idea of like them being able to be infected. That hasn't come up yet, I don't think. It didn't come up in this episode for sure, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Which now that I'm thinking about that, because that becomes more of a plot point in the show because it's part of the lore of Ultimates or whatever. I find it weird how the fact that a character being infected didn't come up earlier. Like we're literally about to hit the finale, and a major portion of a part of the finale, the whole concept of infection, is gonna be brought up in the finale. Which that's one of my least favorite things of writing.
Be a twist. Maybe it's meant to be like the reveal of like how big how the threat's much bigger than they expected.
I don't know, maybe. But like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of finales or like season finales or series finales writing in a whole new concept, or like bringing up something that probably could have been foreshadowed or mentioned earlier. It's like, oh yeah, now this is a thing, by the way, because then it kind of feels like you're just pulling something out of nowhere. It's like for the finale to make it even more dramatic, as a reveal. Instead of like, oh yeah, this is a part of the lore. Not the lore in the show is explained well.
This wouldn't be the first time that they've done that kind of thing. Again, go back to Diaries. The first season finale ended up with a relic we hadn't seen before being absorbed by Aphmau. The same episode we learn about the Irene dimension and the 15 minutes, 15-year thing. That could have easily been hinted at beforehand in order to set up season 2, given like how prevalent that idea of the time skip actually was. Season 2 ends up with the reveal that Aphmau is literally the matron of the world as well. That episode, episode 100.
Here's the thing, that was obvious though, or at least I found that obvious. Like in my opinion, watching through Diary season 2, I'm like, no, Aphmau's Irene. Like, it's not obvious. I mean, obviously
there were people the only theories that I saw that were older than mine at the time, I guess, when through my searches, were about Aphmau being Irene. So yes, fair enough.
I mean, watching through that season, but
it was still a yeah. But my point is, it was still a reveal. It's kind of like here where you're talking about like how like there's different aspects of like alternates and such, and about infection. And aside from Caitlin's leg hurting as soon as I talked about things getting so much worse, especially like around the egg nest itself, we haven't had any sort of like concrete ideas behind that yet. But they're going to, as you'll say, they're going to make a big deal of it, and in the finale, that's probably might have been the intention, to go back to the style of revealing certain things, whether or not they were set up in advance, revealing them in the finale to tie things together in some way. Because there's still so much we don't know about like how the alternates work. Quite honestly, as far as I'm concerned, like the whole like idea of infection, I feel like they didn't need to include that. They were already like a unique enough threat on their own with like how they work without the idea of like turning someone. But I do concede that based on how their energy reserves work, they need the safety in numbers. Which is kind of moot now that I know about the whole nest thing, actually, as well. So, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, for me at least, the alternates feels half thought out. Sometimes I feel like Aphmau has aspects that she thinks out properly, and then sometimes she just throws paint at the wall and is like, this sticks. And it's kind of frustrating like that, where it's like, it's not really that thought out, but sometimes it's thought out, but And I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I feel like there was a better way to get Aaron here besides being kidnapped. What if the alternates used Caitlin being captured by them because they're, I don't know, wanting to let her infection grow? What if, hypothetically speaking, the alternates broadcasted a radio frequency where it's like, where you hear Caitlin on radio, like, guys, help me, I'm in this place. It's surrounded by trees or something, where she just kind of describes the locations, and they look around, they're like, oh my god, wait. And she's like, help! And maybe there's a window the alternates make that where they see Caitlin on the radio, and then, I don't know, the window disappears or something, and then that lures her, instead of Aaron being kidnapped.
wouldn't the whole but like that just means you're replacing Aaron as the bait with Caitlyn, which was already somewhat the case. They kind of shared that responsibility anyway.
I mean, yeah, but at least then you don't have the BS Aaron being kidnapped arbitrarily for no reason.
No, you just
Or
have the
will
BS
Aaron-
of Caitlyn being kidnapped arbitrarily instead.
Well,
Like,
she was already
it's the
kidnapped
same
for episode
thing.
2. I mean, yeah, but it minimizes it. What I'm suggesting here is to minimize the issues. It may not erase the issues, but I believe in minimizing the issues.
Okay.
Like, I feel like season 2 would define it as season 2 has issues, but it minimizes the issues. Or like makes them less egregious than this season. This season just has them on full display. Like, I'm just saying, at least minimize your issues in your story. You can at least try that, attempt that.
Yeah, from the sounds of things, they definitely they tried to structure certain things a little bit more afterwards. Maybe because of the new channel, maybe because they had some time to ruminate on it or whatever. But yeah, one way or the other, I suppose. Yeah, I am still intrigued by season 2. I mean, I was to begin with, even after you told me that. Oh yeah, there's based on like how it works and the fact that it's like the episodes are half the length anyway, which is what I've been clamoring for.
Oh
this
yeah,
entire time.
I don't know why these episodes are 40 minutes. Anyways, I feel like they didn't need that length.
Yeah, from what I remember, the craft going back to the Crafting Dead, I remember there being at the time that I got into it, there were I think 10 seasons, which I think did add up to like 100 episodes. This was around the same time as Diaries existed, so it wasn't like uncommon for that to occur. But also like they were split up to like in 10 episodes in general, so that's why they equaled 100. That I don't know if that included they included not like Sky's contributions, but something along those lines. It wasn't, and the episodes themselves were kind of 2015 10-minute mid-roll ad length, I believe. So they didn't like outstay their welcome too much, I don't think. So
I mean, I'm not saying 40-minute videos like this can't work, but I feel like a 40-minute video of this 40-minute videos only really work is if you jam-pack said 40 minutes with a variety of content and you do something more interesting with it. Like, okay, the latest episode of Mermaid Tales, the 30-minute one. It was like 30 minutes, and that was finale to like the mini arc that we had on the island, right? For example.
Yeah.
Like, they jam-packed that episode with content and stuff, and like they did something really interesting in there. But I feel like these episodes, they're not really jam-packing it with much besides it feels like you could trim scenes out or trim plot points out and just be like get straight to the point rather than I guess rather than spending 40 minutes just for movie branding, because like these episodes were technically branded as a movie, or at least in the thumbnails they have like movie in the corner. So maybe it's
which kind of makes sense based on that.
So it's like, oh, they're a movie. Even though that doesn't even fit with Aphmau's modern day descriptions of how she does movies on like the second channel, for example, because the second channel, her quote unquote movies, she says in the playlist, they're meant to be standalone experiences that you just jump in and watch.
Well, it felt that the first episode felt like Murder in Phoenix Drop High, the movie. Not as good as that one, but yeah, they felt like that, and it ended very similarly. I guess once it became a series is when she decided, oh, let's like take off the movie brand and make this a consistent, consistently numbered series or whatever they might have done. Like I guess at that point. So I guess like you said before, Aphmau changed their mind a lot.
I mean, then I would argue Aphmau should have started shaving off minutes. Like, shave it down to like 30 minutes at least. You don't have to have it be 40 minutes. Just shave it off like 10 minutes and you'll be a bit better and you'll be in a better position.
I personally would have done, instead of that, I would have done just like split them down the middle. Well, to some degree, like obviously, like rejig it a bit so it doesn't, so it's not like a jarring, like, abrupt end or anything. But yeah, like that, like, get, instead of, one 48-minute video, 2 24 ones. And, because a lot of them, again, I said this before, they seem to, like, when the middle part comes is when, like, when they start to, you know, again, pun intended, alternate the cast.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
the only potential
and some new
issue,
setting happens.
the only potential issue with that is, the alternates. Obviously, each episode starts off with the animation or has the animation in the very beginning portion to hook people in.
I suppose, yeah.
And if they were to cut them and make like double episode amount, they would have to, if they wanted to have an animation each episode, they'd have to make an animation for each episode, which would be extra time and money they have to put in the videos to animate a portion.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, season 2 doesn't
Up
have
to
that
them
many
on a
consistent
worthy investment.
animations outside of Black, but season 2 doesn't have that. Well, season 2 has like a 3D animation in the very first episode, like, you know, like an actual anime format. But the rest are just blockbuster animations.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of different formats, I definitely appreciated that you know, cinematic scene between Aaron and Kaden. Like I said before, unnecessary to go in that direction, based on, you know, the idea of the lack of Aphmau, because they set the precedent that they didn't need that anymore. But the fact that they did, you know, I'm not against that. If anything, it feels kind of the same way that, you know, early My Street did, where the machinima, like, third person style was the way to, you know, elevate the scenes, and that would work, you know, probably just as well as the animations in certain instances. Maybe not for, like, you know, some of the finer details, but yeah, you can get a lot of mileage out of that, I think, especially with, like,
honestly, if I actually like this show, I could totally, like, actually edit like a music video or like a music video-esque video for it if I liked it, you know. Unlike Mermaid Tales, I do not like this show, so as much as I think season 2 is mediocre and don't hate it like season 1, I still don't like it. I'm just, like, indifferent on it at best. Unfortunately, season 2
neutral.
So
I think we did actually, like, pitch doing an alternate song at one point.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing an alternate song. It's just doing like a proper like fan-made music video, or I take a pre-existing song and edit something to it, like, you know, for just like my pure enjoyment of something I like. That's not happening because I don't purely like this show. I like, even if I have issues with like Mermaid Tales or other shows, I still have enough enjoyment to be able to edit from them. We're willing to put my time and effort into it. I don't like this one enough to do it. I don't like it enough. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, well, it's like we said towards the beginning of this. You don't get the love for the show. I don't get the hatred, but still, you know, still ranks, you know, near towards the bottom as far as Aphmau shows go. Not the very bottom, but near.
I mean, at least Minecraft stuff, I think, would be on the bottom unless there's something there. Unless there's a roleplay I'm mentally blocking out.
Realm Royals.
No, Realm Royals wasn't Minecraft. It was Roblox.
No, it's Roblox, yes, but you're talking about role plays. I didn't say Aphmau.
I know. I know.
Series.
I was referencing Minecraft there, though. It's like, as far as Minecraft shows go, I think it would be the bottom.
Oh, okay, all right, fine.
Unless there's something I'm blocking out. I mean, I guess there are older role plays I don't like as much. Like, I think Modern World's fine, but like, I don't like it. But also, for its time, I'm also less harsh on the show because, again, this is like Aphmau post her roleplay era in the past making this. This is an Aphmau and Mod World era, or Aphmau and Diaries era, where the technology wasn't there or Aphmau's skill level wasn't there. Like, Aphmau could theoretically do better. So I'm going to be less harsh on it. Like, I'm less harsh, you know, like, I'd be slightly less harsh. I don't know. Like, that's where I'm coming from. It's like, I'd be less harsh on it if I knew she could not do, if she could actually do better. If this is the best she could do, I would be less harsh on her. Like, this is what her standard, you know, but like, she's done better. She can do better. Season 2 is better, so she can do better show. It's just she's not.
Yeah, the one thing that, you know, this and like Backstage and like a lot of like most of the, if not all of the like the new videos have, is the fact that there are like so many like, you know, seamlessly incorporated mods they've got so much practice with, that you know, like obviously like through the years, even since like Days of My Street, the mod list they've used has not been like public information on purpose. But they've been like working on so many things. Obviously, Jason has coded so many things in the past that even that they're able to pull off stuff, at least on a technical level nowadays in actual like first person Minecraft itself that some people couldn't do with animation. And then they have their animation on top of things. So at least in that aspect, you can see the evolution. But as I said before, if you had to pick between visuals and story, always pick story, and that's where
they fumble on the story here. The visuals, the visuals.
Credit where credit is due, but criticism as well.
Well-written story. If there was a well-written story attributed to this, I would be like, okay, I mean, the visuals are decent, but like the story is actually really good. Because I feel like if Aphmau stories, I either really get into the characters or really get into the story, or both. In the best Aphmau stories. But with this show, the story is kind of mediocre and not good, and the characters are also very mediocre. Therefore, there's nothing to grab onto. I can't be like, wow, I really like this character in the show. And honestly, the sad part is I for some of these characters in the show, I ended up coming away from the fact they don't like them. Like Kim. I came away with her character as I don't like Kim in this show. And that's not what was supposed to happen, or at least writing-wise, or what Aphmau wanted, or was intending with Kim as a character in the show. But I came away hating her. I mean, like, wow, good. I'm glad she got cut in half.
Yeah, I do think that if there is a place, like try different things, like a version of the character, or a certain, idea of a certain scare factor, or a mod of some kind, doing so in the alternates is probably, one of the best places to attempt that, aside from just a one-off Minecraft video.
I just want time with the characters to actually get their backstories and like learn who they are and like just really get into the nitty-gritty of the characters, because the characters don't even have to be deep; they just have to be, I guess, enjoyable. I don't really find characters in this enjoyable. I mean, they're fine sometimes, but I don't really enjoy them.
Yeah, that is the thing, and I suppose in that regard, having a bunch of older characters, it works to the show's advantage, because because to some degree you can plaster the same the same dynamics and ideas on them, with the exception, of course, of that flashback with Aaron, right beforehand, which I think was also again an attempt to like recreate like the idea of like all those like flashbacks that they had before his first diary sacrifice, or potentially even like the fast editing of the reactions and everything, and the freeze frame moments of them before he fell off the cliff in Emerald Secret. That's a consistent thing with like with Aaron's sacrifices. The only thing that we're missing right in here was the music behind it. I guess they didn't want to be too obvious. I know, shock of all horrors. I guess they wanted to not be obvious for once. but
also, even with that comparison in mind, the reason Emerald Secret or Diaries was because we got to see some.
They were moments that we had witnessed. Yeah, most, if not all, of them were things that we witnessed. You can't just like show me a bunch of like images of stuff that happened in the past that I have no connection to. I'm like, cool. I haven't seen any of this. Yeah. So I think beforehand. Yeah. I think the only flashback that I remember that was one that we hadn't actually covered was like one where they talk about like Aaron's bandana, and there's like I think like Aphmau like got him to like either model a dress for the play or something. That wasn't a scene that we saw. Yeah, no. Well, we also the Derek flashbacks when he was dying on the floor were also new. They were all new. They were just set in different periods of the past because he was having flashbacks as he was slowly dying from blood loss from the floor. Yeah, well, the classic your whole life flashing before your eyes. I guess you can excuse that. But as far as like Aphmau and Aaron goes, or like even just Aaron in general, yeah, that's the only one that springs to mind right now that we hadn't actually but we also beforehand. Got to see we actually got to see scenes though in the context of those flashbacks. They were actually like
fully developed flashback scenes.
Some of them were scenes, some of them were freeze frames. It depended on like which version we were going with.
Well, yeah, but like the freeze frames were scenes we already saw, and the stuff we haven't seen were fully developed flashbacks. In this case, they're basically flat still frames with slightly more motion attributed to them, but not that much motion.
The specific format of them was not what I was getting at. It's more so like, you know, what they symbolized or what they lacked behind them.
And again, it would have went so much farther if Aphmau and Aaron talked about, hey, you know, when we get out of this, we should go on a date like we did before. You know, we should do it on our movie date or something. I don't know. Talk about their history and talk about their future and hopes. And
I don't know. Okay, I don't know about that one because that's a very obvious thing in a lot of media that a character's about to die is when they start making.
It was very obvious that Aaron was going to sacrifice himself when he started placing down dynamite. He's like, "I'll stay behind." It was very obvious.
Yeah, yeah, so that suggestion is going to exacerbate things. That's not really. Yeah. That's not what you're looking for in that situation.
I guess it's just I don't know. I mean, I just want more history from these characters. Like, I want the characters to talk about their history with each other. If we're not going to see their history, the least we could do is have them arbitrarily talk about how much they love each other and know each other and all their past experience with each other. The least they can do is that from a writing perspective. If you're not going to get flashbacks.
Yeah, show us some memories, both good and bad. Don't do a Mermaid Tales and say that Aphmau has no bad memories.
She has no bad memories, guys. Not even when her parents died. Even if, you know, she
wasn't there.
I mean, they died in a whale incident. You see, there was a whale-on-whale crash or something, and they died.
I'm sure it was a whale of a time. Okay, I feel alright, we're delirious now. We've made our points. Let's wrap it up there. Please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters,
and subscribing if you're not done so already. Until next time, farewell.
Yeah. Alright.